All right, welcome there, folks. We are back. We are starting up with game number 5 of Civ4 AI Survivors season number 6. In this particular game, we have our normal Pangea setup. We have 3 AIs in the north. We have 3 AIs in the south. Our favorites in this game are Willem and Suryavarman. Suryavarman is the pool 1 leader, so he technically has the highest seed for this contest. Willem is the pool 2 leader. The other 4 leaders are unseeded. However, in our picking contest for today, Willem is the pick of about 60% of the contest entrants. And then Suryavarman is like another 30%. So between the two of them, they have like 90%. So people think one of these two is going to win. And then our other AIs are we have Ragnar, Bismarck, and then 2 American leaders. We have Lincoln, who's Blue America, and Washington, who's Red America. So we'll try to keep them straight, but the double America is a little bit confusing. I did use the time we were off stream to go through and compile all the picks, so they're in the spreadsheet, and we should be ready to begin. So let's get started. All right, as usual, we want to watch where our settlers are going at the beginning of the game. I said before the game I thought Willem would found one of the early religions. This is a game with no civs that start with mysticism, and look, he's on the mysticism. So he looks like he wants to found one of our religions. The big question is who's going to get the other religion. This is also something noteworthy. Suryavarman masonry research. Ooh, that is not the tech that he wants to research at the start of this game. He does not want masonry. I guess the stone is causing him to go for this, but his starting techs, I believe, are hunting, mining, I think. Yeah, hunting, mining. So this does not get him animal husbandry for sheep. It doesn't get him fishing for the crabs. It doesn't get him closer to bronze working for this. And Bismarck, oh, and Bismarck started with archery. Ugh. Yeah, Bismarck, I believe, is the same starting text. I think he has the same two, hunting, mining. Yep. Hunting, mining, well, he will be able to connect the gems, but opening with archery is not ideal because he needs agriculture and animal husbandry for his food resources. All right, anyway. Surrey took the stone pill. Washington Washington went for early wheel, but he starts with agriculture so he can at least farm the floodplains. All right, enough with the early text. Let's see where they're going. The actual units are going. Now, here's something noteworthy. Washington settler is getting east, not north, not towards Willem. Willem's going south. We actually look like we have a race between Lincoln and Washington for this first settler. I guess they both want the pigs location. Pretty noteworthy. Yeah, and Lincoln going west. Vindicator's right. We already have settlers on the first 2 leaders. Let's take a quick look here. So I like this city for Suryavarman. He did not troll by sending his first city to the east, which would have been, there's decent resources over here, but it doesn't get him towards the center of the map. Another copper, dry corn, looks pretty good. He'll pop the borders because he's creative. Ragnar has gone for what does not appear to be a very good city location. It's got resources, but these are all calendar resources, so they're pretty late. So that's not going to be too useful. How about where's Bismarck going? All right, he's going towards the floodplains area. That's a pretty good location for a city. Now he just needs to get agriculture. Fortunately for him, he connected the gems, so he's going to have pretty good research early on. But he needs agriculture because he's got a gazillion floodplains, and now he's got a rice resource. All right, so Willem's walking down here. He's probably going to settle right where he is and get the corn. But the bigger question is who's going to get this city? If I had to guess, Lincoln goes first in turn order, right? Yeah, Lincoln goes before Washington in turn order. So Lincoln could just move like right here and found... I guess it depends on how greedy he's going to be. Let's see. I still think Lincoln should get this city spot first, unless he... Oh no, wait a minute. No, he doesn't, because if he wanted this spot, he would have already settled. That means Lincoln wants one of these forested spots, and Washington probably gets this spot first. I think Lincoln just threw away his opportunity to get this spot. I think Washington's going to settle first because I think Lincoln's going to move in the forest and then Washington's going to settle. Or Lincoln's going to move on the hill. Let's see. But I think Washington gets this because I think Lincoln's... Yep. Well, Lincoln walked his settler to the west and did not get this spot. So I'm actually going to screenshot that right away. That's pretty bad for Lincoln. It's pretty good for Willem that Washington has not chosen to push in his direction with the first settler. Also good for Willem. He settled both of his first 2 cities with agricultural resources. So the fact that he's going for the early religion probably not going to hurt him here because he can work this tile, and then he can work this for a 4 food tile, which is like a mini resource, and then he can work the water tiles if he wants. So like that's a pretty good setup. Well, anyway, I mean, this is still very early, but now Lincoln's going to have to wander his settlers somewhere else, and this certainly means Lincoln is going to be squeezed on territory. But conversely, if he's hemmed in over here, it might delay how long he reaches Surya-Varman. I don't know. If he goes south, he does go closer to Surya-Varman, which I guess... Oh, could he lose a settler to the lion? No, the AI gets really big benefits against animals. Okay. Yeah, Willem farming the cow is actually a good choice. Look at this. Now he gets a reasonably fast settler for someone who's not imperialistic. And he's even working the water tile for a little bit extra commerce, so... Yeah, well, this is a good start for Willem. I mean, I love this start for him, period. But if he gets this settler out and he just drops it like right here, then he's going to be in very good shape because he'll be able to build a workboat for this. Anyway, we'll see. All right, so early on, everybody building settlers because the AI does that in their size 1 cities. Let's just see what else. Who else is going for the other? Now, the other key thing is who's going to get this other early religion, because Willem, we know, is going to found a religion. Bismarck, early bronze working. Unfortunately, that's not going to do a lot for him, because there's no copper near him. He has a lot of iron, but no copper. Anything else? Ragnar is at least going for animal... wait, no, animal husbandry doesn't do anything for him. Oh, yes, it does. He has sheep at his capital. Whoops. I had the resources turn on only to strategic, and that was throwing me off there. Anyway, Lincoln did finally get his second. Oh, and he chose to pick a spot right on the border with Washington. Okay. Are we going to have America on America conflict? American Civil War? Both of these need to pop the borders really badly because all their feed resources are in the second ring. Both of these cities suck until they pop borders. Now, it would be funny if one of these two founds a religion, and then, like, if Washington were to found a religion, that would be pretty amusing. Nobody going for the other religion thus far. At least not yet. Was that a 25 settler for Ragnar? No. He is building it in a size 1 city, but even a city that's this crummy can build it in about 20 turns with the AI's cost discounts on deity. All right, so it seems like the first thing that's going to happen is, oh wow, look at this. Willem, it's nice to be financial, you guys. It's nice to be financial. So he needs to get happiness, but guess what? If he has a religion, he's going to have enough happiness for his cities. And he'll probably go early calendar. Also has a gold resource potentially over here too. Because like these cities are going to grow super fast. He just needs to get enough happiness for them. All right, so he just founded Christianity. There's no, as expected, there's no resource in the 3rd ring. He does have gold in the 4th ring, which he will pop relatively fast. That's the 500 culture, which he probably hits around turn 60 or so in that city. Anyway, financial's always nice to have, right? Oh, he just burned a turn of anarchy. I was like, why did that go down to 15 turns? It's because he just converted. So here's a big question. How quickly does this religion spread? If Christianity spreads to his neighbors, he might be able to sit back in peace for a very long time. Oh, he's going for polytheism too? What? What? Is he going to take both early religions? Oh boy. That's not what he should be researching, but that's certainly an interesting take. He's going for both religions. What? That could be bad, though. If the minority religion spreads to his neighbors, that could actually be bad for him. It does mean that other leaders are not going to have the extra happiness, though. Well, anyway, Suryavarman finally finished masonry, which was not a smart early research. Now he's belatedly going for fishing tech. I wouldn't say he's off to a particularly great start here. His settler's getting... So most people are getting close to having that second settler. Actually, no, some of them are not close to having the second settler done. Apparently the Americans want to build barracks, so okay. I guess that's something. The first settler, I believe, is going to be coming out from Willem. So, again, if Willem puts a city somewhere over here, I really like his position if he can get a city somewhere over there. Because that would even open up this area to potential settling, plus the center of the map. Double religions does mean it's highly probable Willem tries to go for culture. I think that's right. All right, so he got the first settler out. So let's watch and see where that goes. I was going to say this barb archer could cause problems, but it attacked across the river and he just won anyway. Yep, he's sending it east. I bet he goes for this fish, not fish, this crab spot. That's my guess as to where he tries to send this settler, but we'll find out. See how aggressive he wants to be. So some of the other AIs should be starting to finish their settlers now. I think Bismarck was the next closest. Yeah, I think Bismarck just finished his. Here it is. He's going south, so keep an eye on this too. Oh, that's a nice area down here. Double food resources. Also claims some territory towards. There's the double religion. Jeez. Okay, you just founded the first two. Too bad he's not spiritual. Anyway, Surrey Varman going for agriculture, which is definitely one of the techs he needs. He can get a fishing boat. He hasn't started one yet though for his crabs. Did he finish a settler? Yeah, he just finished his settler. So let's watch where Willem goes, and then we'll keep track of the new settlers after that. All right, I'm wondering how aggressive he wants to be with this. If he puts it here, he would actually get the horses in range, but he can't see the horses right now, so. Oh, wow. Is that where he's going? He doesn't have animal husbandry. He shouldn't be able to see the horses. Wow, okay. Oh, he wanted the sheep. Oh boy. Well, if he gets away with this, this is an amazing position. But wow, the border tension with Washington here. Oh boy, that is a very aggressive plant. If he gets away with this, I mean, he's gonna have early copper. So capital check. Yeah, this is a good time to look at the capitals because it's about 25 turns in is a good chance to see what people are doing. All right, he needs to get bronze working and connect that copper. If he does that, he's relatively safe. It's a good thing Washington's not too aggressive. All right, Willem, he connected his rice. Otherwise, hasn't done that much yet. Oh, and he farmed the cow, which was smart. He'll go animal husbandry pretty early because he's got multiple animal husbandry resources. So he'll go that early on, and then that'll get him horses. All right, so Willem looking good. Washington farmed his floodplains, needs to get mining so he can connect the gold. Needs to get animal husbandry. Not bad, though. This is honestly pretty solid for the early game. Lincoln farmed his resource, farmed the horses that he hasn't seen. Again, okay, not great. Could be better. Bismarck's capital only being size 2 is a little weird. He needs to get agriculture, which he is researching. I wouldn't say this is especially great thus far. He found it, and this is a nice spot though for. I like where his cities have gone though. He's got a lot of floodplains. He just needs to get agriculture. Like these cities definitely have potential. Ragnar has connected his animal husbandry resources. Not bad. Again, this is not too bad. He's got double resources connected and some production coming in. I think Surya Varman has the worst capital right now. All he's done is connected the stone, but he's about to finish the workboat, so that'll help him out for sure. So that should help him. And we should have some settlers on the map because a lot of people finished settlers. So there, I believe Ragnar just finished one. Surya Varman has one out on the map too. And over here, the Americans are slow out of the gate, so we'll watch Surya Varman's settler for right now. All right. This right there would be a pretty decent spot. Floodplains and a wheat tile. I suspect he's going to plant right there. Oh no, he went another tile forward. Okay. So now we have like the 1% odds that the barb archer could kill this city. But to no surprise, it doesn't work. So that's more aggressive towards Ragnar, certainly. Like that's going to spew out culture and squeeze Ragnar. Surya Varman is at least settling in the direction you want. Again, I don't love his setup here as he farms this sheep tile. At least he did connect the crabs. And then Ragnar's got a settler out as well. So we'll see where that's going. Then we'll circle back to the Americans after that. Another settler coming out from the Dutch, who have the double holy city. What is Willem researching? Pottery? Did he research animal husbandry yet? No, but pottery's not a bad tech. He definitely needs to get animal husbandry. But pottery's not bad because it lets him build cottages. He has enough forest that he needs to get bronze working relatively early too. Anyway, still a good start for Willem. Anyway, back to Ragnar. Let's see where this settler goes, and then we'll see where the Americans are going with their settlers. Ragnar getting a little bit squeezed on land here. but he's going to have horses. He's going to have early horses. He already has animal husbandry, so he's going to have horses pretty soon. Yeah, he'll be able to connect that right away, and then that'll help him against the barbs at least. He's got another settler. So he's building a... This is actually pretty fast to get a settler out. Whereas Willem is building it in a weaker city and then spamming warriors out of his capital. Willem needs to get more happiness, but like, oof, that border expansion just really cuts off Washington. Washington is pretty squeezed. Actually, both of the Americans are... I mean, I guess they can go to the south, but like, if I had told you before the game Willem was going to get this amount of territory, because the big concern for him is he was going to get squeezed on territory. That is not happening thus far. He seems to be doing okay. All right, I believe there's a settler right here from Washington. Let's see where he goes. If he gets this copper, that would be pretty important, because I guess he has another source of copper up here to the north, so he'll get metals eventually. Also, there's a lot of barb units over there. Okay, so he didn't settle for the copper, at least immediately. It's in the second ring. Does leave room for Willem to get the gold resource, though, or squeeze another city here. But at least Washington did get a third city. He didn't troll by putting it up in the tundra. He did send it to the south. How about Lincoln? He should have a settler out on the map now, too. And he does. It's in Philadelphia. He also has a city raider warrior. So we'll see where this ends up going. All right. Looks like he's sending it east. And it's probably going to grab this resource cluster here, would be my guess. Washington gone. Also, early ironworking from Bismarck. Remember, he has iron, I think? Yeah, he has iron at his capital, so that's pretty nice to have it. His research is quite good because he's got a lot of floodplains and then he has the gems. Like that provides you with a lot of research in the early game. Willem's got extra research from just being financial and working some of those water tiles. All right, yeah, I suspect he's going to plant right around here. Oh, he probably wants the Plains Hill plant. And indeed, he does want the Plains Hill plant. Alrighty, so let's see who else has got... Is anyone going for another religion? That's kind of... I guess Surrey of Armin would have a good chance because he already has masonry. So he'd have a decent shot at it. Anyone else have a settler? So Biz is building another one. I thought Bismarck already built another one. Does anyone have a settler out on the map? Ragnar was... that's a worker... Ragnar has one heading south. One was just finished here for Willem. And there's another one under production in the American capital. By the way, this city already has a workboat. I wonder why it's building another one. Willem is researching animal husbandry, which is the tech he needed to get to connect, because he has a decent number of animal husbandry resources. He has a ton of health resources. That's what I'm looking for. He has a ton of health resources, needs more happiness. So Ragnar, I don't know where this settler's going. This looks like a troll job from him. Bismarck has one as well. Bismarck also has a settler out. Yes, he does in his capital. So we should keep an eye on that. All right, so Ragnar's going to grab this thoroughly terrible spot in the southern tundra. Not a great location right there. I guess he really wanted I guess he really wanted these horses, which is unnecessary because he already had horses, but whatever. Biz is walking northwest with this one. Willem is sending this one towards the center of the map. Building more workboats. Trying to connect this city. So now I'm most curious where this is going. He probably should grab the ivory with this. It'll be a useless city immediately, but like ivory the extra happiness would help because Willem already has, as you said, a ton of health. He's just capped on happiness right now. All right, so Biz is going for the west coast. There's really nothing over here in terms of resources, so that's not going to be a great city. And I suspect Willem is just going to settle for these, yep, ivory. I guess he could lose the city here theoretically, but that's, again, very, very, very low odds. Needs to get workers down here. Has connected this city by road. Got the trade route. Finished animal husbandry. Powering through hunting. Hopefully we'll pick up mining and bronze working soon, if you're rooting for him like me. So this is a pretty lousy city for Bismarck. This is a bad spot. I don't know why he grabbed this. And Surrey of Armin, we do want to check in on him. He grabbed this eastern spot. Kind of a weird placement here. Just because like he narrowly missed all the resources, he orphaned this crabs. Now if he's smart, he'll build another city like on this tile, but like you would think that he would have settled because like he might only I guess he only has room for one more city down here now. He could have gotten like 2 or 3 cities over here with better placement. Because like where would I dot map this? Like you probably go, let's see, you probably go here, here, and here. I think are the 3 spots. Yeah, those are the 3 tiles I think you found on because they get all the resources in the first ring. Yep, those are the 3 spots. Anyway, so what's up with Washington? He just finished a settler, right? He's got yeah, he's got a settler down here. How about Lincoln? Lincoln has another settler, but he seems to be getting squeezed. Let's see where this Washington one goes. I'm curious to see where. I'm assuming it's going to settle the jungle. Getting some barb attention here, but even though there's multiple barb units, there's 2 archers here, so that unit's never ever going to be killed. Yeah, it's fine. Looking okay. By the way, Willem is like 100 points ahead of everyone else in the game already. Now, should he be building the Temple of Artemis? No. No, he should not. That is a mistake. He has to keep getting settlers out. But if he can connect his resources for more happiness, he'll be in pretty good shape. He also needs to stop getting pillaged by the barbarian archers. All right, so Washington. Quite a few barbarians wandering around in here. Do we have any barb cities on the map yet? No, no barb cities. And Bismarck founded a city number 5 over here. Creative culture is pretty nice for grabbing territory in the center of the map. So Willem is connecting his resources. Hopefully he'll continue. Oh, he's going for Stonehenge? Oh yeah, he's really liking the cultural game plan today. Stonehenge and Temple of Artemis. Needs to continue getting more cities out though. Like this definitely needs to plug this gap with the city and then keep pushing into the jungle. The Temple of Artemis is a really bad pickup here because it's going to tie up his city forever. Like Stonehenge can build so fast, it's not really that big of a deal. Willem looking to go. Oh yeah, and he might be going for monotheism too. Nope, just going for masonry. Does he have any masonry resources? Usually they don't go for that unless he's going to have stone eventually. Like this city pops its borders in 30-ish turns, but he doesn't have any of those resources yet. Okay, well, anyway, Temple of Artemis, kind of the kiss of doom in games like this. Surya Varman doing a nice job of grabbing territory down here. Let's look at the overview. Ragnar not doing much of anything. Lincoln put his 4th city up here in the north. It's actually pretty good from a resource perspective. It's just strategically, it's such a backline spot. Really low priority to grab a city like that. All right, so middle of the map, still pretty open right now. Surya Varman certainly has a lot of room to expand into. Willem, I mean, everyone still has room to expand into, right? I guess Bismarck might have the least. Like, even these American leaders can get down here. Let's go ahead and check diplomatically how everybody feels about each other. So, Ragnar, worst enemy of Willem. Wow, that's weird. Washington, worst enemy of Surya Varman and Ragnar. Washington is cautious with Willem. Pleased with Lincoln. Willem's pleased with Bismarck. Okay, Bismarck pleased with Willem. Surya Varman does not like the 2 American leaders. For whatever reason, Willem doesn't like Ragnar. I guess maybe he rolled a slightly higher piece weight than what we'd expect. Lincoln doesn't like the 2 leaders. Ragnar doesn't like anybody, really. He's annoyed with Bismarck. That's kind of noteworthy. He's cautious with Surya Varman. I mean, he's annoyed with everyone except he's cautious with Surya Varman. Does anyone besides Willem and Surya even have mysticism? Well, Surya Varman doesn't have mysticism. Bismarck doesn't. Lincoln does. Ragnar does not. All right, so Lincoln is the only other one with mysticism, so no one else can even pop borders yet. That's pretty hilarious. If you're curious about early beaker rates, Surya Varman is at 6 beakers. Uh-oh. Willem's at 16. Bismarck's at 11. Lincoln's at 8. Ragnar's at 8. Washington at 16. Ooh. Oh, did he connect his gold? Okay, he connected his gold resource. But Washington actually not looking that bad. He just needs to keep settling more territory. All right. Yeah, Surya Varman pops borders automatically. He doesn't need mysticism. So Willem was number 1 in land area. And Surrey Varman was 2. Great Wall, oh, the stone, the kiss of death from stone, the early pyramids. Actually, he needs to get a road on this tile. The kiss of death, the early stone. Bismarck is still producing settlers, so he looks to be expanding a bit better. For Willem, he just needs to keep expanding. If he finishes Stonehenge and goes on to a settler, he should be okay. He actually has good enough production in The Hague that he could use this for settlers as well. I obsessed with building barracks early in game after game. But Willem should get Stonehenge, and that might get him a shrine for one of his religions. Again, the thing that will hurt Willem is if his minority religion spread. Oh, there it is, monotheism. Wow, he is churning out the the religions in this game. Yep, he's gonna have all 3. So the big question is what religions spread. If Christianity spreads, he's gonna have really peaceful relations with his neighbors. But if one of his minority religions spreads, that might be bad for him. He needs to get a road down here and connect Ivory for more happiness. Anyway, Surrey Varman also on Wonder Duty, so it doesn't look like he's going to fight anyone early. Has anyone connected a metal resource yet? I don't see any metal, because the AI generally doesn't fight unless they can connect a metal resource. I don't see that from anyone, so we should be peaceful for the time being because no one's hooked up like copper or iron yet. Bismarck should have iron soon, though, because he researched iron working. All right, he just connected iron, so he's the first one. He's going to be strong here early on. So if he chooses to go after someone early on... Ooh, this being founded in the center of the map means it's likely to spread. That could be bad for Willem. This could be... Just because it's in the middle of the map, it's more likely to spread. But then again, he doesn't have it connected to his trade network yet, so who knows? All right, Willem is now belatedly going mining. He also got his horses pillaged. Organized religion is actually pretty good for him to go into here, because he's going to be, working on a lot of buildings. Anyway, I'm trying to keep an eye on what the other leaders are doing. There are a number of settlers in production. So like Ragnar just grabbed this spot in the center of the map. This is going to, if he can hold this, this could be valuable. And we also had our first Barb City pop up over here. That seems likely to draw him into conflict with the northern AI leaders, although the jungle belt is always a little tricky early on. Washington's going to found probably here. Yep. So, more leaders going towards the center of the map. Oh, Willem, going onto the Great Wall. Why? Why the Great Wall, buddy? You don't have the stone in your borders yet. You will in 20 turns, but really need to go onto a settler there. He only has the 4 cities. That's the danger, Willem only being on 4 cities. He's fallen behind in the expansion race. He certainly can afford more cities. I wish that he had not opted to go back onto another wonder. And this is a spot that Willem could have grabbed, but he didn't. Instead, Bismarck got it. I am starting to get a little worried about Willem's lack of expansion here. Building a Christian monastery? Yeah, this needs to be another settler. I don't know why he's putting his cities this heavily on culture. As he continues to get pillaged, at least he's going for bronze working, so he will have metal connected soon. And his research is great. It's just 4 cities is not going to cut it, even if they're really well developed. Just needs to get up to about 7 cities and he'd be okay. Lincoln grabbed this spot. Did Ragnar grab Surrey's only possibility for horses? Let's see. Yeah, he kind of did. And look at this spot here. Wow. Ragnar just grabbing everything in the middle of the map. Yeah, Surrey Varman is not going to have horses unless he gets them traded from someone, which he might, because there are multiple. Ragnar's going to have 3 sources of horses, so he might send him some. Bismarck's about to flip into Judaism, by the way, because he just had it spread into this city here, Essen. Biz on quite a few cities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cities. Ragnar also on, well, he has 6. Washington on 5. Lincoln on 5. So yeah, that's pretty noteworthy because it means Biz is likely to it's going to drive down opinion. Biz is actually pleased with Willem though, so still the least likely target. Surrey Harmon's the worst enemy of Lincoln and Washington. Okay. Washington's the worst enemy of Surrey, Varman, and Ragnar. Still, Bismarck's looking pretty solid right now. Although now he might have a Ragnar slam into him because Ragnar just picked up the Christianity. Ragnar does not like. Oh, he's still cautious. Ragnar likes Surrey Varman. He does not like the Northern high peace weights. Ragnar is the wild card because we know he's going to fling himself at somebody in this game. So Willem certainly has like a lot of happiness in his cities. He's going to finish the Great Wall before Suryavarman does. So Suryavarman finally got out of 5th City himself. He was also not expanding very well. I'm kind of shocked that Ragnar has grabbed this location here. Willem only gives -1 penalty. He doesn't care. Yeah, I guess that's true, but other people might care. Oh, never mind. Washington finished the Great Wall. I didn't even know he was building that. I should have been paying closer attention. Yeah, this we highlighted that this city was founded a little bit sooner. Why is Suryavarman taking 24? Uh-oh, did Surrey crash his economy? Oh no, he's only at 10%. Well, he's running an extra gold. He can go higher on the slider. So, looks like the copper was connected. Or wait, where's... Oh no, never mind. Iron is connected? Wait, what? Did he trade for iron with someone? He doesn't have iron working yet. What the? I was like, wait, what? Where is he getting iron from? Iron to Willem for ivory. Okay. This is trading iron to Willem for ivory. Okay. That I've never seen that before. Okay. Never seen that before. Okay. Well, at least Willem gets a group of more advanced units here. Although, watch, is he going to lose these workers to barbarian archers? No, he just retreated them. You'd think that this axe would just kill the archer. But what do I know? Hey, Willem, build more build more settlers, buddy. Build more cities. He hasn't really been squeezed on territory. He's just not building more settlers right now. He's letting his cities get pillaged. Well, his economy is still awesome. He just needs to get more cities down on the map. So Biz put down yet another city over here. Yet the jungle region's getting settled, and it's not going to the Dutch. So I'm getting more worried about my big Dutch investment in this game because Willem just allergic to putting cities. He honestly still has room to expand up here. Amusingly, pretty funny. We had a question to see if anyone was plotting war. I don't think so right now, but we'll take a quick look. Nope. Nope. Just gonna check Ragnar. Nope. I can't imagine that Washington or Lincoln are, but you never know. Nope. He's read it out with everyone, but he's still not plotting war. Okay. Yeah, so settlers on the map, it gets harder to spot them at this stage of the game. There's probably some settler out on the map somewhere, but like I said, it's harder to see at this stage. Ragnar's got one moving around here in the middle of the map, but Ragnar's kind of broke. I don't know if he can afford to settle more cities at this point. Really doesn't have... It looks like Surrey is going to get the pyramids with that stone. So certainly nice for him. One of the game's bigger wonders. At least Ragnar will have pottery. Yeah, seriously. Looks like Willem has somewhat belatedly cleared his territory. And look at all these cottages. Jesus Christ. It's a lot of cottages. A lot of cottages. He is finally now belatedly building settlers, which he absolutely can afford. We'll see where that ends up going. So there's Surrey building the pyramids. Turn 75. With it being turn 75, let's look at the graphs. We haven't looked at them yet. So GMP, Willem is currently lapping the field. Now, a lot of that is culture, but a lot of it's also financial cottages. So that's scary for the rest of the field. Production's relatively close for everybody. Food. Bismarck has established a bit of a food lead right now. Somewhat surprisingly, Lincoln was one of the food leaders too. Power, Biz is tops because he was the first to connect metals. Everybody else is relatively close. Culture, Willem has a lot, and then Surrey has a fair bit. Espionage, not much to look at right now. I guess he is going to get Temple of Artemis, but this has been a real waste of his second city. Willem tying it up on so much time. Now the Christian missionary is not a waste if he's able to convert his neighbors with Christian missionaries. That's a big deal. Doesn't have open borders yet though. Needs to get writing so he can actually send them over to his neighbors. But like if he converts Washington, that's or especially if he converts Bismarck, that's a big deal. Biz planted yet another city. Look at his expansion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cities here. Really good stuff from Bismarck. Needs to get mysticism tech, but I really like. All right, he's researching it now because none of his cities had expanded borders. But I really like what Bismarck's done in this game, and he started to push into territory that probably should go to Willem, who apparently is going to settle up here with this settler, which is a spot he easily could get down the road. So, whoops. Definitely should not have let Bismarck get this spot here. So the Dutch do get to 5 cities, but they get there by planting a spot that has no resources at all. All right, so this is not what Willem wants. His neighbor popped into Confucianism, which is his not his religion. Did that affect their diplomacy? So Washington is, let's see, cautious with Willem. He's annoyed with Suryavarman, annoyed with Ragnar. Worst enemy of Suryavarman and Ragnar. Worst enemy of Washington. Monuments are generally a waste of production. It's something you want to avoid building if you can, but by the same token, it's better to have them than not expand the borders at all. So, like, you don't want to just have no border expansions at all. So Surrey has been getting a few more cities out as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 now. This is a recent plan, and this Tundra city is a recent plan as well. So filling up the map. Also, Washington, surprisingly, out to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cities now. Had Confucianism pop up way down here. There's a decent chance he'll flip into Christianity though, because he's going to be spammed with Christian missionaries. I have the feeling. Also, this is going to be a great. Looks like Willem will get a great profit in 30-ish turns, unless he builds another wonder there. So still just kind of waiting on the game, but Bismarck has really gotten a lot stronger. I think Bismarck's actually the strongest AI currently. Like he has the most food, he has the most cities, his economy is reasonably solid. Like he's still managing 40% research, which is not bad. I think he's the strongest AI on the board right now. Until Willem gets his butt in gear and gets out to more cities. Not that Willem is looking that bad either. So really, a lot is going to depend on where our crazy leaders choose to go. Like he's still not plotting yet. Biz is still not plotting war yet either. How about Surrey? Also, so relatively peaceful early game, and we still have this barbarian city over here too. Okay, that was not the civic you should have picked with the pyramids. Strange choice. Still a little bit of room for Willem to get more territory. There's actually room for more cities. Oh, never mind. I was going to say there's room for more cities up here, but Washington's taking them. Although this city, if he founds on this tile, it runs a real risk of flipping to the Dutch down the lines. All right, well, there's the belated Temple of Artemis build from Willem. I really do think Willem's going to go for culture. I know someone pointed that out, or a couple people I think pointed that out. But with this many religions and this many wonders, he really looks like he's going for culture. I'm sure Suryavarman's enjoying the extra hammer on his 0 towns. I don't even see any cottages in his territory right now. Oh, there's one. He has one cottage that he just built. All right, now that Willem has open borders, he presumably is going to start spamming Washington with missionaries. So expect Washington to convert to Christianity soon. And Willem apparently is going to plug this little hole with a settler, get that gold resource in his territory. Ooh, which city is Atlanta? Oh, it's Washington. Oh, so Washington, you finished the Oracle, and then okay, Washington will almost certainly convert to this religion now. So that could be dicey for him because no one else is going to follow that religion. On the wrong tile to boot, yeah. It is very curious why he put the cottage on a plains tile instead of a floodplains, which was very much within his borders. All right, so another religion likely flipping. I think a big question will be if what religion Bismarck goes with, because right now he's in a religion that no one else is following. But I wouldn't be surprised if he gets spammed with Christian missionaries and flips into Christianity. So for right now, the game is still peaceful. Wow, Suryavarman's actually surged into the score lead. I did not. I wonder how much of that is just points from having extra land, because it doesn't feel like he's that strong to me. What's his economy, his research rate looking like? Yeah, he's only at 20% research. I don't like his research rate. Like Willem 28, Bismarck 32. Bismarck and Willem seem to be the tech leaders at the moment. Ragnar actually researching at a decent rate. I don't like how bad the research rate is for Suryavarman. I also think calendars are really important tech on this map because of all the resources that are in the jungle. I suspect Willem's going to go for. I think Willem might be beelining it right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if Biz is also beelining it. Yep, Willem's going for it. That's really smart, and Bismarck is also going for it. Again, really smart. Calendars are critical tech because there's so many calendar resources here. This tile probably flips over to the Germans long term, and it's got a resource on it, so that's kind of nifty. So Willem, yeah, look at that spot. Willem appears to be out of room to expand with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cities. That's probably not enough. He could get another city over here if he wanted, like on the stone tile. We'll see. But he mostly is out of territory now. So is 6 enough? I don't know. Not sure if 6 is enough. I'm going to refresh the map here. It's less than he wanted. I think if he was at 7 or 8, he'd be in better shape. So he's not plotting war. Bismarck is plotting war. All right. Well, he's cautious with everyone, so I'm just really hoping he's not going after Willem, because that would definitely definitely mean Willem's not winning the game. Ragnar's not plotting currently, and Suryavarman. All right, so Bismarck, where is he sending his unit? I suspect it's Ragnar, because Ragnar, he has so much overlap with Ragnar, but I don't know. When they're just cautious with everybody, it's just kind of a dice roll what they're choosing to do. He doesn't really have much border overlap with Willem, for what that's worth. He has way more with Ragnar. By the way, does Ragnar have a metal connected? No, Ragnar does not have a metal connected right now. And he has iron, but it's not connected. He just has horses, no copper on any of his cities. So Ragnar could get hurt really badly by Bismarck if this is going for Ragnar. That's a pretty good wonder for Lincoln. He's got a lot of coastal cities. It's going to help his economy out quite a bit. That said, Lincoln does not have much territory, and he is not well liked by the other leaders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he's on 6 cities, same as Willem. I mean, Willem's building settlers. I just don't know where he's going to send them. Anyway, mini biz stack by Ragnar. Is that true? Yeah, this appears to be where he's rallying his units to Essen. So it does appear that Bismarck is probably the target of this. So the world's only barbarian city goes down to one random archer. Okay. There was one Viking archer here that gets the kill. All right. F for barbs, yeah. Oh, it looks like he did finally get iron. Oh, okay, so he did have iron working. He just hadn't connected his iron yet. So this could be just in time. Yeah, this could be just in time for Ragnar if he's getting attacked, because he now has belatedly connected his metal. If he's getting attacked, which we still don't know for sure, but like the fact that this Bismarck stack is right here is suggestive. So there's Washington flipping into the religion that he founded, which I expect he'll stay with, because the AI always has a preference for running its own religion. Boy, there's a lot of border overlap between Washington and Willem, isn't there? How do they feel about each other? Yeah, he doesn't like Willem very much because of the religion. Although Washington doesn't really like anyone very much except Lincoln. He kind of hates everyone. Willem's just cautious with everyone, although he likes Ragnar a decent bit. Yeah, definite cultural pressure here between these guys. Willem, yeah, his lack of cities is just the issue there. All right, anyway, still trying to watch Bismarck. Because, all right, this has to be where his stack is. Look at this. And as far as power goes, Biz is definitely ahead of the field here. But for right now, just kind of rallying to this location. Survey Varmint is very far behind in tech. Ragnar's tech is not exactly great either. Willem just finished calendar, so now he'll be able to connect the calendar resources. He seems to be very deep in culture. I'm going for culture mode. He's got a Confucian missionary. That's weird. He shouldn't be spreading the religion that is not his own religion, but apparently he is. All right, anyway, we still haven't seen our first war yet, so it doesn't feel like a game that's going to have a particularly high war count. I think Biz's stack is on the move now, because it moved to this tile here, and Lincoln converted to Buddhism. So Ragnar's the only one who's practicing Willem's main religion right now. Suryavarman still doesn't have a religion yet. So the two Americas are now united in faith. If Willem's smart, he'll just race a bunch of Christian missionaries down to Bismarck, but I don't know if he'll do that. That would be the smart move. All right, I suspect this stack is about to attack Ragnar, and there's no units in this city here. All right, there they go. We have our first war of the game on like turn 100. Alrighty, so as far as the power is set up right now, Bismarck is a lot higher, but Ragnar has been spamming units, and you don't really want to attack Ragnar with no catapults, because he's just going to spam out units. So this could end up bringing Bismarck a little bit back towards the pack overall. I mean, he's going to take the first city, I would think, but after that, it might not be so easy. As far as the other graphs, just because we're on like turn 100, again, Willem's GMP is out of control. Production, but he's not high on production, and he's not high on food at all. And like his culture is amazing, but he just doesn't have much in the way of actual territory. So he really doesn't want to get attacked. He wants to keep spamming internal development for right now. I think he's definitely going for culture. His biggest threat is Washington attacking him, but for the time being, let's see if Washington's plotting war at all. Not at the moment. The good news for him is Washington is very peaceful as a leader, just not aggressive at all. All right, Suryavarman we have enough on our hands right now. So who does he dislike? Well, he really dislikes Lincoln. He doesn't like Washington. He's pleased with Ragnar, so even he can declare war at pleased, but it's more likely that he won't. More likely that he's going to go after one of the northern leaders. I mean, if he hits Washington, that's a dream scenario for Willem. Oh, what war counter? Yes, thank you. Totally forgot to update the war counter. Thank you for the reminder in chat. So who Surrey goes after is a really interesting question. If he hits Ragnar, Ragnar's going to collapse, and then we're going to have very strong... oh, look, here comes Christian missionaries. Aha, Willem is going to try to get Suryavarman on his side with these Christian missionaries. Did he convert any cities? Yep, there it is. Willem, smart. Getting an ally down here. We'll see, can Ragnar build walls? Good question. Does he have masonry? So Bismarck failed on the initial attack, somewhat surprisingly. Does Ragnar have masonry? I suspect he does, but no, he does not. Does not have masonry, so he can't build walls. That's kind of bad, actually. But this initial attack didn't capture the city. Let's see if he can take it on the second round. Yes, he can. Again, I thought the first city would fall, but the question was, can he make more progress after that? If that city had walls, it actually might not have fallen. Oh, Biz converting to Christianity too. Now that's a big deal. So now Willem's diplomatic position looking much better. Washington, Lincoln looking much shakier at this point. So Willem is now pleased with Bismarck. Bismarck is pleased with him. And Washington now hates everyone other than Lincoln. Lincoln hates everyone other than Washington. Well, hate is a strong word, but... All right. Now, can we catch Suryavarman's stack building somewhere? He is supposedly plotting war. I don't know. We'll catch it if it actually takes place. And I was wondering if Willem would stuff another city. Oh, he did. I was wondering if he would do that, if he would cram another city on the coast. That's smart, just so he gets another production queue. So he's up to 7. I said 7 was what he wanted to target initially. And then we'll see if he has any success after that. As far as, so he's going to get the profit for his Christian shrine right here. Let's see how far Christianity has spread. I'm assuming he'll build the Christian shrine. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's still spamming out more Christian missionaries too. All right, it's spread to 13 cities thus far. Apparently, he wants another prophet for another shrine. Apparently. All right, so looks like there was more fighting over here. Let's see how that war is going thus far. Oh, there's the big spike from Suryavarman. Definitely building up. I mean, again, the most logical target is Ragnar, and he does have his stack here. I'm wondering if Ragnar is the target because he is pleased with Ragnar, but I guess he could have made the decision to plot before that actually started, and he can plot where it pleased anyway. How about Lincoln and Washington? Lincoln is very peaceful, but you never know. Oh, Lincoln! Lincoln! He's not plotting war. I thought for a second he was. Whoops, sorry to throw everybody off there. How about Willem? We haven't checked if he's plotting war. He shouldn't be at this point now. Let's just keep pumping development for right now. All right, anyway, so we'll see. The smart move for Suryavarman would be to hit Ragnar and partition Ragnar's territory with Bismarck. Because I think Ragnar can stalemate this war if it's just a 1v1 war. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he can stalemate it. He certainly can't survive a two-front war. Bismarck not having catapults is a bit of an issue. I mean, there's a lot of city raider promotions on these swords, but I don't think that they can capture Nidaros because it's got the cultural defenses. We'll see, though. If Ragnar doesn't defend this city a little bit better, he needs axes in here. He doesn't have any axes in this city. Oh, here comes his stack right here. Well, Bismarck moves first, so I don't know. Let's see what happens. I don't think this can succeed. I think the defenses are too strong, but it's not impossible. It's not like spears really do well against swords. Oh, there's an axe in the production queue, though. That'll kill a bunch of units. Yeah. Okay, that attack failed. I bet that axe probably killed 3 units. He didn't get another shrine. Gets a great merchant instead. It was like 50-50. As far as score goes, game's pretty close right now. Definitely pretty close. But Suryavarman's the one who's going to make the next big move, presumably, because he's got an army building for something. He's got a decent amount of territory. How many cities did he end up with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He ended up with 8. Not bad. Ragnar has a lot of cities. They're just so far flung. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He actually had 10 before Uppsala got captured. Biz lost a fair amount of units there. How many cities does Biz have total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So they both have about 10 cities. The other leaders, a little bit less. Washington, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He has 8. So Willem's 7. So Willem's not really that far behind some of these other leaders in territory. There goes the great merchant off to Bismarck's territory, I guess. More Christian missionaries on the way out, too. That would be nice if Lincoln had more cities. Since he only has 6 cities, that's not going to do a whole lot. Anyway, Ragnar may be able to retake this city, Uppsala. That's a lot of units for Ragnar. Holy cow. And it's not like Uppsala has any defenses. Wow, he just takes the city right back. Okay. The reversal in this war, at least for the moment. We're not going to get a pop-up because I don't think I had revealed the map. But, oh wait, nope, never mind, we do. I guess I did update the map. So Biz, not great, although Biz is researching construction, but Ragnar also researching construction. So yeah, there's that. So far, Biz's war has not really done a whole lot for him, aside from trade units on either side. That's a key wonder, though. That's a nice one for him to pick up. Mausoleum. And since Bismarck went early calendar, he's gonna, yeah, he has all the calendar resources. Provides the big surge of happiness. Similarly, Willem has a ton. Like, compare this to, actually, never mind. I was gonna say Suryavarman doesn't have as much happiness, but apparently he's got a gazillion resources and trades from the people who do have calendar. Where is Suryavarman? Let's see. Yeah, he's getting sugar and dye and ivory in exchange for his resources. So I guess it doesn't matter he didn't go early calendar. He just gets the resources from the other AIs anyway. But like Lincoln does not have as much happiness, though he has hereditary rule to help offset that. Anyway. So is Suryavarman still plotting war, just out of curiosity? Yep. But, oh, here goes the stack. I don't think he's targeting Ragnar. He's going for somebody. And it does not appear to be Ragnar. It looks like it's one of the northern leaders. Well, let's just watch this stack and see where it's going. There's a random Willem stack walking around. I think Willem might be targeting this Barb City with his units. All right, is it going to be Lincoln or is it going to be Washington? I think he feels roughly the same about both of them. I don't think this attack's going to do anything. I think this is just a troll job from Surrey Varman, which would be really good for Willem. Where is Surrey? Yeah, he dislikes both of them equally, so it could just be whoever. Certainly much better for Willem if the target is... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that city get captured, but I completely missed. Where was that? Oh, Ragnar had a city down here. Okay. Down in the southern tundra. No wonder I missed this. It's way down here. What's Ragnar doing right now? Does he have a stack somewhere? No. Doesn't have catapults, so he can't really make progress. This city is not terribly valuable strategically, but I suppose it's, every city does matter. But we're about to get our answer on who this is targeting. I think it's actually Lincoln, because I think it would have headed that way if it was... Yep, it is Lincoln. Okay. A very random war declaration. But it does get us to 2. Yet another religion for... Oh. Made peace. Did they hand over any city? Oh, and Uppsala was given over in the peace treaty. Okay. That's a surprising giveaway for Ragnar, who was literally who already had the city and had a huge stack here. Ragnar just weakened his position for no real reason. But we've certainly seen that happen before. So a decent war for Bismarck, not a crushing war, but a decent war. He picked up this city and down in the tundra, and then this city on the border. Yeah, I think I just updated the war counter. So I don't really see Surrey Varman having a ton of success because he doesn't have any catapults. But, I mean, he might be able to take a city. Still, probably not the target he should have gone after. I think he'll get St. Louis, but I don't know how much progress he makes after that. Then again, this city does have a lot of units. That said, they don't have defensive bonuses. Mostly horse units. I don't know, we'll see. Well, he didn't take it in that initial attack. Ooh, that actually went very badly for Surrey Varman. He didn't really get much of anything. Interesting. Willem appears like he's building up. Yeah, all right. Willem's gonna try his hand at war here. Who does he dislike? It's probably Washington, because he really doesn't like Washington very much. How about Washington? He is not plotting war right now. Willem is going to have elephants for his war, though, because he's on construction. With elephants, he might be able to do something here. We'll see. Willem and Ragnar dogpile Washington. It's possible. Ragnar certainly has a lot of border tension with... I mean, he certainly doesn't like Washington very much. Of course, he doesn't like Bismarck either, or Lincoln. Anyway, let's keep an eye on the one war that is actually taking place right now. This has not gone very well for Surrey. Bismarck's really the strong one, though. And he is already back to plotting war again. He can't plot war with Ragnar yet. He is unlikely to declare on Willem, although he could. Remember, he can plot war at pleased. So it's more likely one of these other leaders is his target, but certainly not guaranteed. If he goes after Willem, then I'm gonna like cry here. No, not really, but I will be very sad if he plows into Willem. Surrey Varman has had nothing happen. Oh, that's a good question. Does Willem have horseback riding? He probably does not at the moment. He does not, so he does need that for elephants, but he should pick that up relatively soon. He kind of has all the other early classical techs, so I would expect him to pick that up relatively soon. Just doing a 3-turn statue of Zeus here. So Surrey Varman's attack has gone nowhere. Lincoln actually did quite well in that war, so Surrey Varman just threw away a stack that achieved nothing. And we know a lot of other leaders are plotting war, so where they end up going is going to be a big deal. We're pretty sure Willem is attacking Washington, but we're not really sure who the two, Bismarck and the Vikings are going after. That's unclear at the moment. Statue of Zeus is certainly annoying for anyone who would want to tangle with Willem. Willem definitely needs a successful war. He needs to be in a 2v1 war and then pick up some territory that way. He's still relentlessly building wonders, even though he's in the middle of a potential war buildup. Does Washington have ivory? He does not appear to have ivory. Statue of Zeus into Schwedegan. So we're just kind of holding our breath right now and waiting to see where the next wars will break out. Ragnar's got a big stack up here. If he goes after Washington and Willem goes after Washington, that would certainly be good for Willem. I mean, this stack being right on the border with America is certainly suggestive. Yep, and there it goes. That's our Ragnar. Oh, is this the double? Oh my God, is this the double war declarations? Wow, that really couldn't have gone too much better for Willem there. So we double our wars from 2 to 4. Oof. Double our wars, and they both have catapults. So Washington not looking too good. A lot of RNG would come down to who gets what, but Willem's culture is strong enough that he would get Atlanta regardless of who actually captures the city. This is bad for Washington, very bad. Willem's power is relatively low, but Ragnar's is higher. Surrey's still in a war, and then the big question is, what is Bismarck going to do? Because like he's apparently plotting war, and you would think it's either where's Bismarck? You would think it's probably Ragnar. But it could be Willem as well, because he's pleased. Or it could be a random target entirely. Who knows? But like Biz is now the big wild card to watch. It looks like they might even be going for 2 different targets here. Because I thought Willem was going to go for Los Angeles, but maybe not. Maybe he's going for Atlanta, which is a little bit better defended. Suryavarman's returned, but it doesn't look like he's having much luck just throwing units at Lincoln. Kind of picked a bad target there. Yep, Willem's going for Atlanta. LA seems to be the easier target. Ragnar shouldn't have much difficulty capturing that. There's only one catapult in this stack. That's why Willem's taking a while, taking his time. Yeah, LA is doomed here. Be interesting to see who gets what cities via RNG between these two. There goes yet another wonder. Trying to catch where Biz has his... Oh, okay. So that war ended up stopping with nothing taking place. It does free up those AIs to now get involved in other wars. I was trying to see if I could spot where Biz was building a stack. Because if he's plotting war, he must be assembling a stack somewhere, but I haven't really seen it yet. There's some units here. Oh, here it is. Here's a stack. I wonder where that's going. Well, we'll keep an eye on it. It was over by Stuttgart this turn. If Willem gets Paya, he might go free religion. That's a good question. Is that his favorite civic? All right, so here's the big stack is in Stuttgart. But then the question is this stack assembling to hit Rotterdam or assembling to hit Tonsberg? I think the outcome of this game could turn on which one of those the target is. So Ragnar's going to take Los Angeles this turn. That's not a surprise. Oh no, Bismarck, no! No! You were pleased! You were pleased with him! No! No! My Willem pick! You were pleased! No! You literally had the highest relation you could get. Why? Why, Bismarck? Why? Why? You even attacked Ragnar earlier in the game. Well, so much for my Willem pick. No, this is basically game over for Willem because he can't fight this off, and even if he can, he's going to take so much damage that he won't like. Look, his power is here, Biz is here. No, this is the move that Bismarck makes if Bismarck just wants to win the game. This is the best possible move he could make. But I mean, he's got a stack of 27 units, and the Dutch army is all the way up here fighting Washington. This is this is like the worst possible thing that could happen for. How did this? By the way, how did this go up to 51%? This is a disaster for Willem. He just needed to avoid. He needed to avoid Bismarck attacking him. That was the one and only thing he needed to avoid. And he got him to pleased from same religion, but apparently it wasn't enough. Willem would win this game from culture if he's left alone, but he is not left alone. Like I said, it's the one thing he needed to avoid. Just got unlucky. Could have very easily targeted another AI. Just got unlucky, unfortunately. That's what I said. I think Willem has the best odds to win this game, but it's still, there's still a lot of just luck in terms of where the religions spread and who plots against whom. Anyway, but like I said, my fantasy bracket contest is now basically done, and my picks for this game are basically done. So it's kind of sad to see that happen. As I said, it's kind of sad, but it is what it is. I don't know how the defenses in Atlanta went up. Because it was down at like 35%, and then somehow it went up. I don't really know how that happened. Yeah, Willem also, yeah, this is, Willem could actually be first to die now. I'm not even exaggerating. Willem could very easily be first to die in this game. Because Bismarck's army is very, very strong. Oh, Chichen Itza, maybe it was Chichen Itza. It was indeed Chichen Itza. That's exact. So that would explain it. That is one way to get the defenses to go up over time, is to finish Chichen Itza. All right. Well, Rotterdam gets captured this turn, and I don't really think the German army even breaks a sweat doing it. Bismarck, why you gotta ruin everything that I picked? No, I actually think Willem is first to die now. I think that Bismarck just literally runs right through him, and then that's the game. And no one can stop Bismarck. Because if Bismarck gets everything that Willem has, how does anyone ever stop him? He'll have double the territory of anyone else, and he'll have all of Willem's cottages and wonders and religions. No way to ever stop him at that point. So, like I said, whether Bismarck attacked Ragnar or Willem was probably going to decide the game, and his decision to attack Willem almost certainly just wins the game for him. And then that's that, because no one can stop him. A good year for the German leaders, by the way. Year of Germany. Well, Bismarck's territory was good, but and that's bad for Willem too. Ragnar even gets the city capture up here. So this is also really bad RNG for Willem. He knocked the city down and then threw all his units in, but didn't capture the city, and then Ragnar gets to take it without losing any units at all. So another bad RNG sequence for him. Just things not going his way. The early game was awesome, but like this is the problem for Willem, is if you attack him, he does this. He's still building Great Library, and he's building Colossus, even as he's dying. So, yeah. I still think if we play this game 20 times, Willem wins the most, but just RNG did not go in his favor in this game. So Barb City gets raised. Ah, well. Just sad because I made the heavy investment in Willem, and I really, really had good feeling about him. But like I said, it is what it is. Bismarck made the correct decision in this game. At least you get 2 points. That's true, although Washington doesn't have that many cities left. So Willem did go free religion. But that actually lowers his relation with most of these leaders, because most people are following Christianity. Was it RNG or a total failure to build cities? He ended up with a decent number of cities. I agree he should have expanded better, but he ended up with a decent number of cities in the end. By the way, we should check just if Lincoln or Suryavarman want to get involved in this war. All right, so Lincoln is doing his typical I sit on my butt and not do anything. City of Armin is not currently plotting anything either. So Bismarck's stack is bizarrely not going for Utrecht. It's walking towards Amsterdam. I don't understand that decision at all. And meanwhile, Ragnar is undertaking the very slow siege over here. All right, now it turned around and walked back. Oh, Biz actually completed the Colossus 3 turns before Willem was able to. He's going to have so many wonders. He's going to be completely unstoppable. Like, he'll have the most territory. I know I already said this, but he'll have the most territory, plus he'll have all the stuff that Willem's developed. And he'll have the Christian Holy City, too. Plus, oh yeah, actually double Holy City in there. Super valuable target. So this siege of New York's going to take a while. The siege of Utrecht is not apparently going to take a while because Bismarck has a lot of siege units, and apparently there's no walls in Utrecht, just cultural defenses. So yeah, Willem's army is non-existent. I don't know if that's clear or not, but like his power is really low, really low. As I said, as soon as Bismarck's units walked across the border, I was like, it's game over for Willem. I was really hoping they were going for Ragnar, but it is what it is. With this many peaceful leaders, are peaceful leaders really doing that well this year? They had one good game number 1. Are they really doing that great though? Who's made it to the playoffs thus far? So Pakal has made it to the playoffs, and Augustus. I guess Sitting Bull. So what is it? We have Frederick, Pakal, Augustus. Like we have Frederick and Augustus in Sitting Bull, I guess. But like we also have Pakal, who's low peace weight, Kathy, Napoleon, Shaka, Alexander. Like, I wouldn't say Kathy, Napoleon, Shaka, Alexander is a whole bunch of high peace weight leaders. Pakal is a very low peace weight, too. No one in the game has a peace weight of 5. All the peace weights in the game are even numbers. So they're all either 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. But this is it for... I don't see how Willem survives this. Well, 2 points for first to die. Wager pay 60 gold to get a first to die. Oh well, that's Willem though for you. He wins or he makes a quick exit usually. Oh, that's right. There's some that are 1. All right, so never mind. Ignore what I just said. Most of them are even, but not all. New York's going to get captured here. Now, here's a question going back to what we had last week. Remember how we had the poison pill city capture for Brennus last week? Ragnar has captured the Holy City for Judaism. So if Ragnar flips into Judaism, or not Judaism, Buddhism, if Ragnar flips into Buddhism, that's setting up for him to get a lot of tension with Ragnar. So anyway, nice capture of New York there. But it feels like Ragnar is significantly weaker than Bismarck. Like, Biz is already over here, attacking another city, which just has horse archers for defenders. All right, did finally get a longbow in there. But, like, Willem's collapsing very quickly. I guess there's a couple catapults here. Still relentlessly founding new religions. So we checked Sir Varman a little while ago to see if he was plotting war. Oh, man. This, yeah, Middleburg is gonna... I guess there's one longbow in there, but I don't see how it holds out against that many units. We can check to see if Sir Varman's plotting. He is not at the moment. Another great prophet. Probably be used for another shrine. Well, Bismarck did kind of make a really weird attack where he put half of his units attack Middleburg and the other half went in this direction. So he did kind of flub his attack there. So this is kind of significant in terms of first to die, because there is a bit of a race going on between Washington and Willem here, as far as who would end up being first to die. So Willem could then troll me, but wow, look at that. Washington lost a lot of units there. The ultimate troll would be Willem not even being first to die at the end of this. Ragnar actually finishing things off faster against Washington. That would be the real troll job, and not even get the 2 points for a first to die. All right, this stack kind of reassembled over here. Yep, Willem built another shrine. Well, he did. This one longbow is just killing everything in this city. So Biz, he had a huge stack. I don't know what he did with it. He's kind of trolling his attack here. He's not really making progress. Whereas um, Ragnar seems to be tearing right through Washington. So I don't know. Surrey Varman is still not plotting war right now, and Lincoln, of course, is doing nothing. Yeah, he's just twiddling his thumbs, doing nothing. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like Bismarck, after invading with this absolutely enormous army, just like decided he was going to split it off into little pieces and then attack in like bits and pieces instead of just marching his main stack around. So he, like I said, he's kind of trolling here with his attack. I said I'm going to be really annoyed if Willem is second to die, which is looking increasingly likely. This City Raider or City Garrison 3 longbow is just killing everything that keeps attacking. Bismarck's thrown away like 20 units here and not really killed anything, just promoted the defenders. It's very frustrating. I don't know why he didn't just wait for all those City Raider 3 swords to walk forward. I don't get it. Bismarck stack near Western Willem City. I mean, this is the one we've been watching. This is not a stack. I mean, he's got units in here. There it is, the Ragnar troll. He just converted to Buddhism. Poison Pill City. But like as of right now, there's one, two, three, four American cities left, and one, two, three, four, five Dutch cities left. Willem is like doing just barely enough to not be first to die, and then troll me even further. I guess there's another stack over here by Maastricht, so maybe this city gets captured. It's like now, conversely, I want Willem to die quickly because hardly anyone is Willem first to die, and that's worth points in the fantasy contest. All right, I think this city will fall on this turn or next. All right, it's down to just 2 units. Okay. Now, if he hadn't trolled so hard at Middleburg, where is Ragnar moving his stack? Oh, Ragnar's moving towards Boston. You would think he would just finish off Buffalo while he was there, but no. Moving in this direction. He is keeping his stack together a bit better. And there's only 1 catapult in there, so Ragnar might get trapped for a long time, bombarding down the defenses of 1 city. Surrey into vassalage is not terribly significant. So this city got a lot better defended. It's really the City Garrison 3 longbow. If that unit dies, and with that many City Raider 3 swords, or City Raider swords, it probably dies. Nope. Another failed attack. Jesus Christ, Bismarck. I don't know how this city has held out so well. I mean, the City Garrison 3 longbow died, but like that attack did not take the city. I don't know why Bismarck is moving around 2 stacks instead of just 1. Ragnar's attack seems to have killed a lot of units over here. For some reason, he didn't wait until he had the defenses down. Yeah, so this is a very slow moving war over here. Can check to see. Yeah, Biz has lost a lot of units. Ragnar's power just keeps accelerating. Biz is kind of stalled out here. I think that's in part because he stopped to build he stopped to build castles in a lot of his cities, and I know he was building some infrastructure earlier. Unlike Ragnar, who will just literally go 100% units while he's at war. Now, normally that's bad to do that because you destroy your economy, but like if you're just trying to win a race. Oh wait, Ragnar trolled his army here. He did not capture this city because he didn't stop to bombard. Ragnar just threw away a lot of his army there. Oh yeah, Willem was still technically at peace, still at war with Washington. Okay. Then again, his main stack does seem to be over here. This could be the year of Ragnar. I think Bismarck is vastly stronger than Ragnar. Yeah, he failed to take this city somehow. But like, there's just 3 scattered American cities left. Freaking Ragnar is going to finish this war first, isn't he? Willem's going to die 3 turns after Ragnar, or after Washington, and I'm going to get no points at all from my big investment in Willem. Bismarck is just, like, he just doesn't have a concentrated stack. His units are just wandering around in little bits and pieces everywhere. It's so frustrating. Biz, you're trolling me twice. First by attacking and then by not finishing the deal. You're trolling me twice, buddy. Jesus Christ. Amsterdam has Statue of Zeus, the capital. So frustrating. I just want to murder freaking Bismarck in this game. He's completely ruined everything. Yep, building Angkor Wat while at war. Yep. Like I said, Ragnar will just do nothing but build units, which is which is generally bad, but in terms of actually finishing off people that are have taken a lot of damage, it's bad. Because like Bismarck's going to finish banking, and then he's going to build banks, which is better. Like look at this. Note the Grosser builds. He pauses his military effort to build these, which is again good long term, but in terms of actually finishing off this war, like he's not going to take any of these cities. God dang it. Freaking Bismarck. You're killing me in this game, Bismarck. I'm going to get no points for anything. Freaking Bismarck. I swear to God. Just troll everything. At this rate, Ragnar will knock out Lincoln. No, he won't go after Lincoln because they share the same religion. See, he likes Lincoln now. Where's Lincoln? He's cautious at +8. That's peace weight for you. Suryavarman just doing nothing. I guess he's plotting war against someone. It's probably Lincoln or Washington. Almost certainly one of those two, but it hasn't been much of a game for Suryavarman. No, Ragnar's gonna finish off Washington first to die. There's 0% chance Willem is first to die, and my big investment is going to be completely wasted because Bismarck can't seem to finish this war off, even though he literally has 5 times the cities that Willem does. He just doesn't build, just not building units. Ragnar getting pretty big. I agree. He is getting pretty big here, and the fact that Bismarck's taken so long to do this war is definitely definitely a bit of a mistake for Ragnar, not Ragnar, because he really should have pushed this war a little bit faster. The one thing about Ragnar is he's a good bit ways behind in technology. Biz is significantly ahead in tech between the two of them. But yeah, just frustrated with how this game has played out. The early game looks so good, and then Bismarck has just really ruined things for my picks at least. Freaking Bismarck, I swear to God. Ruin the game. Oh yeah, move your big stack to go pillage this tile. That's more worthwhile than actually taking over territory. Anyway, we should see Suryavarman attack someone soon. Most likely Lincoln, I would guess, but until he actually moves his army, we'll keep the focus over here. At this rate, Bismarck should sign peace. No, he should just actually build units and walk them up to the... I mean, Willem's not even building units. He's building some, but like you saw, he was still building wonders in the middle of this war. Like, how hard is it to defeat someone who has 4 cities and continues to build wonders in the middle of the war? Like, that shouldn't be hard to do, right? I don't know. I can't figure it out. Ragnar's an idiot, but at least, like, in this game, he has at least, like, done stuff. He has at least marched his army towards the correct targets. I don't know. Again, just imagine if Bismarck had attacked Ragnar instead of attacking Willem. We would have a 100% different game right now. Willem probably would have taken over Washington's territory while those two fought it out, and Willem would be on the smooth path to win the game, but instead he's going to get knocked out second, scoring no points. Did Suryavarman declare war? Yep. Back for another round with Lincoln. Ragnar has 10 archers in his stack. Well, he certainly likes to build units. We know that. Yeah, look at this. Bismarck has not increased his power rating in the last 30 turns. It's just been completely flat. Whereas Ragnar has continued building units everywhere. I mean, his economy stinks, but he's actually going to finish off this war, and then he can go attack someone else. Bismarck's like, I'm going to ruin Willem's game, but then I'm not going to make him first to die. I'm just going to ruin his game to troll you. Oh yeah, 6 wars, thank you. I'm just going to ruin his game. That's it. Just to ruin things for you. Sorry if I'm frustrated, but this game has not gone the way I wanted it to, based on my picks. Surya Varman just looks like his army just got destroyed on the first turn of the war. Surrey has, at least everyone who picked Surrey is in as bad of a shape as me. Lincoln actually just smashed his stack pretty good. Maybe Ragnar can win this game. I really didn't think so because his army's bad, but he's the only one actually doing anything right now. He's literally the only one doing stuff. Bismarck is just doing nothing. Somehow, Surrey Varman's doing nothing. Lincoln's a joke. Washington is about to be out of the game, and Willem is on 4 cities. Willem is still leading in the cultural victory race. And now Washington goes to Christianity because he's only got 1 city left. No, I mean, Bismarck will finish off Willem sooner or later, but he's just wasted so much time. I mean, Jesus Christ, how hard is it to finish off somebody on 4 cities who's building freaking wonders? You got 20 cities, Bismarck. I'm not even exaggerating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, by a little bit, but like he's got so many cities. Anyway, I didn't think Ragnar had a shot, but Bismarck has been so incompetent at launching this war. I think Ragnar really does have a chance now because he's strong enough he can just hit somebody else with his army. As long as he hits them before they get trifling, he's got a real chance. Like he would need to hit Bismarck before Bismarck gets to rifles, but I think he can do that. Maybe. Wait, where did his stack go? Oh, there it is. Because Biz is just doing nothing. I guess he just launched a Golden Age, but he doesn't have the Mausoleum, right? Or does he have it now? Because didn't Willem build the Mausoleum? Who actually built that? I'm just curious. Oh, no, he does have the Mausoleum. He must have captured it. Bismarck built it in his capital. Okay. Well, the 12-turn Golden Age is certainly nice. Maybe that'll actually be enough to capture a Dutch city. Maybe that's actually enough to take a Dutch city somewhere. So Lincoln is the first to discover liberalism. Great. Have fun with that, buddy. Surya Varman has really done nothing this game. Well, at least I was right about him. I was like, I don't think Surya Varman does a whole lot. I guess if, he does have a chance to get second. If Bismarck and Ragnar clash and one of them gets eliminated, Surya Varman does have a chance to get second, but certainly has not been a very impressive performance. Now Ragnar is kind of trolling on this last city, too. Oh, people wanted to see what tech Lincoln... the reason why I wasn't too inclined to see what Lincoln took... All right, he was indeed astronomy. He's so irrelevant in this game. He's so small, and he's not very well liked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, he has 6 cities. That's not going to be enough. Sooner or later, someone's going to come after Lincoln and just eliminate him. Like, Ragnar was cautious at +8 or whatever. Ragnar's cautious at +8, so... yeah, Ragnar hates Bismarck, so if he finishes off, well, when he finishes off this last city here, he's almost certainly going after Bismarck next. And if Biz is still fighting Willem, could Willem actually survive if Ragnar goes after him? Does Lincoln have open borders with Ragnar? I suspect they do, because they're cautious with one another. Yep. His open borders with everyone except Bismarck. Could Willem actually survive this if Ragnar goes after Bismarck? That's now what I'm rooting for. Willem to somehow survive. Because Bismarck is attacking with like 6 units for some unknown reason. But this should be it for Washington here. Could we see the Surya Varman backstab on Ragnar? I mean, Surya Varman's still in a war with Lincoln, so... Bismarck completing Taj Mahal is pretty nice, though. You get another 12 turns of Golden Age. All right, well, Washington doomed. Let's put it in the contest. Womp womp. A very disappointing Very disappointing result for me, to say the least. So Washington is first to die. He is out on turn 192. Kill goes to Ragnar. Honestly, I thought Ragnar, when Bismarck attacked Ragnar early, I was like, oh, Ragnar's probably doomed, but he has turned this around in a big way. In terms of the fantasy contest, Washington being first to die, Ljubljana had him. That ended up being a nice pickup, and Ragnar gets a point. Who has Ragnar? Kjatlik had Ragnar. That Ragnar purchase looking a little bit better now. And as far as game 5 goes, first to die. A fair number of people had Washington for. That's also why I was hoping that Willem would be first to die, because hardly anyone had, like, no one had Willem for first to die. Washington wasn't super popular, but we did have some people with him. All right. Back to the game. I'll try not to be too salty on this one, but I make no promises. All right, so Ragnar is now done with one war and is freed up to join another war. But here's the problem for Ragnar. Bismarck is in a golden age, will be in a golden age for 20 more turns. He's getting 500 beakers per turn. Ragnar is at 240 beakers per turn, so that's not going to get much better. Bismarck has already researched, he bizarrely skipped alphabet, but otherwise has basically everything in the medieval era. Already has military tradition, already has gunpowder, so he can field cuirassiers, and he's going for military science for grenadiers. So Ragnar is quite a ways behind in tech, doesn't even have code of laws. So Ragnar, his only chance to beat Bismarck would be to hit him right now before Biz gets further ahead. So we'll see if he does that. I would not be surprised if he plots war almost immediately thereafter. That's his only chance to beat Bismarck, because he can't, the longer the game goes on, the worse it's going to be. As far as this war between Sergei Varman and Lincoln is just whatever, basically kind of irrelevant between the two of them. Neither one of them has been able to capture any territory thus far. I think Bismarck and Ragnar are going to clash, and the winner of that war is going to be the winner of this game. Oh yeah, sure. Now you start moving up more units. Now you start moving up your cuirassiers, Bismarck. And now you start doing that after it's already too late. Realistically, I don't think Willem survives this game. It's just amuse myself by hoping that maybe somehow Ragnar could come in, eliminate Bismarck. Willem goes to the wild card game. But let's be honest, that's not very likely to happen. At least Willem still has access to iron and copper somehow. Where's his? Oh, somehow his iron has not been researched. Has not been disconnected yet. Somehow. Bismarck not exactly doing a great job with his war. But now that he has cuirassiers, it's hard to see Willem really holding out too much longer. Let's just see if he's already plotting war. All right, not quite yet. Not quite yet. Has a lot of territory, but it's in a really weird shape too. Like this vertical setup is not what you want. So the only thing that we really need to watch is just Willem probably now finally belatedly getting taken out here. There's a lot of injured units in there. Gave another city over to the Dutch. Okay, well that extends Willem's life a little bit longer. As I said, it's hard to see this really holding out too long. Does Willem have a medic unit here? If he heals up those city garrison units, maybe. But those trebuchets are pretty good. Still, this is like the only place anything's going on. Ragnar's territory looks like an axe head. Yeah, I can see that. Ragnar deciding to gift Bismarck a city. So if it weren't for the tech situation, Ragnar would be looking pretty good. Problem is, technology is a thing in this. Oh, well, that didn't take very long. All right. That didn't take long at all. Okay, let's go. Come on, Ragnar, let's go. That took what, 2 turns? Here's the doom stack for Ragnar. 62 units. All right. Well, I said if he was going to make this work, he had to do it fast because before the tech situation got out of control. So Biz does have he has grenadiers and cuirassiers against all medieval units on Ragnar's side. I guess Ragnar is going to grab gunpowder, but like he is a long way away from military tradition, and he's not even light years within range of military of rifling. So he's got to strike now, and he has to start taking cities from Bismarck while he has the army lead in units, not in number of units, not in technology. Well, it looks like he's going to take this city back, and Willem is holding his capital for the time being, but it looks like most of the German attackers survived, and there's another stack over here. Still, Ragnar coming into the war. Took one, so takes one city. Well, at least this game has gotten more entertaining. I mean, Ragnar has a lot of territory, and he is just going to spam units out of every city. So who the heck knows? At least this is going to be entertaining. Unless Biz gets rifles, you think Ragnar wins. Well, Biz can probably head there pretty quickly. And that is bad news for Ragnar. Printing press, replaceable parts, rifling. Well, he's going to have rifles in about 12 to 15 turns. That's true. If Biz pieces with Willem, his army will be trapped. So Bismarck not being an idiot in this game. We'll see. I mean, Bismarck doesn't have that many cities in comparison to Ragnar. It's a shame that these two cities were. It's a shame that Uppsala was given away in that peace treaty. Well, we'll see how much damage Ragnar can do before he gets out teched. But I think once rifles show up on the screen, on the scene, he's pretty doomed. 14 turns is an eternity. I don't know about that. So those two sign peace. That was a pointless war again. I think Willem's capital is finally gonna fall here. Yep. Feels like the tide may have turned very quickly in this war. But if you have Suryavarman second, that is looking like a decent pick for something.
In his death, all things appear.
Ragnar's going Grenadiers. I think that's right, because he's got the militaristic tech preferences. He is indeed going Grenadiers. Well, that gives him a unit that does counter rifles. But yeah, this city getting captured is like there's a lot of valuable stuff in here. Still, we'll see. Like I said, we'll see what Ragnar is able to do before rifles show up. Here's his doom stack right here. Apparently, it's going for Rotterdam. I mean, there's a lot of units there, but now they're up against they are up against a more advanced generation of technology. Just hard for me to see how Ragnar can make any progress when Bismarck has rifles everywhere. Hard for me to see that happening. Still, his initial stack, has 60 units in it. Bismarck Ragnar power graphs, sure. Oops, not culture. I mean, they're pretty even. Yeah, this was Bismarck finally started building units right after Ragnar took out Washington to deny the first to die fantasy points to me. Poor St. John was born in a city that's in the process of getting captured. That does happen sometimes. All right, yeah, there's another stack on the way up here. Like, Rotterdam should fall to Ragnar, but it's like, how far can he make it? This is only 4 turns away from rifling. He's still in a golden age. He has not ultimately attacked yet, so this is going to be a bloody turn. Lincoln's like, please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Is there a possibility of Suryavarman attacking Ragnar? We can see he's more likely, if he attacks someone, he's more likely to attack Lincoln, though. Like, he's cautious with Ragnar, whereas he's annoyed with Lincoln. I mean, it's possible. It's not out of the question, but Lincoln hates Suryavarman. It's -6, you declared war on us. Anyway, so that city was captured. Ragnar's going to have military science soon. Let's see. I do think quite a few units died in that. Oh, look, this city's being defended by a catapult as top defender. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. Catapult as top defender. Worked for in one turn, though. Somehow. But look at all those cuirassiers there in Amsterdam. All right, I wanted to see how the power graph shifted after that big fight. Oof. Bismarck lost a lot of units, but again, he's going to have rifles literally next turn. So just hard to see Ragnar having too much more success here, even though he's going to be able to take back Utrecht, presumably, with his big army. So in come the rifles. He will have grenadiers to counter. Grenadiers do well against rifles, but only on the attack. Still, a little hard to see that having too much success. Let's just see if is Sir Roman plotting war at all. Nope. How about Lincoln? Nope. Sir's not appearing in this game. Sir Varman and Lincoln as the main clash goes on over here. So Utrecht captured. Just forced his way in with no siege units. Oh, Business Golden Age finally came to a close. Lincoln builds the Kremlin. So some of the Dutch cities were clawed back by Ragnar. And apparently the attack on Nijmegen over here failed, shockingly, the city that was down to like 1 unit. But what effect will rifles now have? Ragnar did take the score lead, so that's something. But Biz has turned his science down right now, so he can just start upgrading into rifles everywhere. Like he's running the plus 200. So I don't know. We'll see. It's a little tricky for like knights to make progress against rifles. But maybe grenadiers will be enough. Also, cabs are on the scene too, and that is a problem because there's really no unit that can stop cavalry right now. Rotterdam was recaptured as these armies continue to clash. Because this was in Ragnar's hands, wasn't it? Pretty sure that was in Ragnar's hands. There's just no unit that can deal with cavalry right now. So I think Biz will ultimately win this just because his tech is so much better. But I don't know. It is kind of weird that Ragnar and Bismarck are the two strong ones in this game. Yeah. So there was you see a couple big drops when cities were captured, but like here's the upgrading into rifles causing the power graph to accelerate again. Willem is trying to recapture his capital, amusingly. Like here's more grenadiers and rifles. I mean, those City Raider 3 grenadiers are pretty good, don't get me wrong. It's just I don't know if he has enough of them. Biz is going to have steel for cannons soon too. How does Rotterdam have borders out here? Oh, never mind. I was going to say it has 20%, but I guess that's the defenses were reduced somewhat. We could get Biz Lincoln, I suppose. I mean, Lincoln and Surrey Varman are pretty close. But we'll see what Bismarck chooses to do. Yeah, Bismarck has run out of stuff to build, so now he's finally pushing cabs in all his cities, cabs and rifles. Now that he like finally ran out of infrastructure to build, so now he's building units, and I don't think that this is going to go well for Ragnar. I really don't. Just too big of a tech lead to overcome. Ragnar's so far behind, unless he can somehow get to rifling, but like he needs so many techs to get there. Like he needs what 12 turns just to get to military tradition, which would unlock cuirassiers. I mean that would help, but then he also in addition to nationalism, military tradition, needs paper, printing press, replaceable parts, and rifling to get there. I'm sure that that's where he's headed. Oh, they signed peace. Okay, I was not expecting them to sign peace. Well, R.I.P. Willem then. Signed peace. Well, they'll go back to war at some point. They do not like each other at all. Smart peace for the time being. If Ragnar pieces and uses that time to get to rifles, he actually has a better shot here. That actually is smart if he uses the time to get up to rifles, because he could potentially fight if he can get up to rifles. Of course, Biz by that point might have assembly line, but you never know. Or Ragnar could use that time to hit one of the weaker leaders in the field. Who else does Ragnar? He doesn't like Lincoln at all either. So he could also try to take out Lincoln, which would be a much softer target. That also would be a good move for him. But poor Willem is now thoroughly doomed. Very, very doomed in this game. Because it's just a matter of time until the Bismarck units walk up here and start capturing the remaining cities. So since this is the only war going on right now, we'll just next turn a bit until the German units manage to get up here. Back finally to Middleburg again, but now with cabs and rifles against medieval garbage that the Dutch have, so... well, that city is very doomed. Bismarck also has steel, so he's going to have cannons, which means he doesn't have to sit around waiting a gazillion turns. Ragnar's army is in Utrecht, which might get sandwiched in by German culture here, because those two definitely don't have open borders with each other. Is Biz going for early assembly line? That would be a smart move if he did it. Okay, not guaranteed yet. He does still need corporation, but like he's almost a full era ahead of Ragnar right now. His research is so much better. Wait, it looks like Uppsala was given back in the peace treaty, because wasn't that the city that got captured and traded hands earlier? Either it was recaptured at some point or changed hands in the peace treaty. Boy, Ragnar's territory is in such a bizarre shape. So he's already plotting war again. I know this is a shocker, but he's already plotting war again. Could be Lincoln. He certainly wouldn't have too much trouble going through Lincoln, who does not have rifling and is... I don't even know what he's researching, but it's not rifling. Maybe it is rifling, because Lincoln's on replaceable parts. Okay, never mind. Lincoln is researching rifling. Make himself less of a target. Ragnar is headed in that direction. Well, we'll see who he goes after. Could always be another round with Bismarck again, too. I don't know. I think the situation's better for Bismarck long term because he's got the tech edge, and that matters. And he's conquering territory from the Dutch, so he's getting larger and stronger. And he has a whole tech era ahead. Okay, Ragnar going scientific method is kind of a troll job there. He definitely needs to get rifles ASAP. Suryavarman is also still in this game, remember? And he's also plotting war. So who does he? He's probably going back to war with Lincoln again because that's who he doesn't like. Yep, he's pleased with basically everyone except. I guess he's cautious with Ragnar. That would certainly be a little silly if he went after Ragnar. I don't know. Ragnar can't plot against Biz because of the peace treaty. I thought he could still plot. He just couldn't declare. Maybe I'm wrong. I guess we'll find out. I thought he could still plot, just not declare. But Lincoln would not be an unexpected target. If you're curious about, all right, so Ragnar pumping out the military power. This is Lincoln down here. Lincoln not exactly building units, not exactly churning out more units right now, if that is the target. And yeah, now that Bismarck's a whole generation ahead in tech, he's steadily marching through the Dutch cities. The Statue of Liberty for Suryavarman is kind of shocking. Did not expect that to be built by him. Lincoln adopts universal suffrage. Okay. Not probably the civic. Although he actually does have a lot of towns. It's not as bad as you might think on a big civic swap. Scientific method, no. Well, he's actually researching. You know, he's in a golden age right now, so take that with keep that in mind. But Ragnar's researching at a pretty decent rate. Like, okay, this is a golden age, but 660, not bad. I mean, it's actually higher than it's actually higher than Bismarck. What? Okay, maybe he is competitive with Bismarck in research. He's just way behind. Going astronomy. Okay, that's a random tech to pick. I'm a little surprised he didn't go for the early rifling. I thought for sure he would because of his militaristic tech flavors. Well, for the time being, we're just slowly watching Willem die while others plot. Financial plus alive. That's true. He is financial. All right, and you guys called it. It is Lincoln that he wants to go after. Financial plus alive. So this is probably it for old Lincoln here. Lincoln has a decent stack, but Ragnar has a larger stack. He doesn't have any siege in this stack, though. Huh, okay. Well, let's see what happens here. No siege in this stack, but did he attack, or looks like some of the units attacked. I don't know that they made much progress. Why are there no siege units in this stack? Oh, there they are. Now there's 3 catapults here. Ragnar's on physics as well, so okay. Well, apparently Ragnar just decided he would throw his entire stack at Lincoln without bothering to remove the cultural defenses ahead of time. I mean, he actually killed quite a few units. Still feels like kind of a troll job, though, not to just bring siege units and take out the defenses. Well, Ragnar just threw away his whole army, so that's a thing that happened. I mean, he killed a lot of units, but like again, Bismarck is continuing to accelerate ahead in tech. I think this ends with Bismarck's tanks running over Ragnar. Feels like that's the way it's more likely to end to me. Because like, all right, he did capture. I mean, he did capture the city, but I feel like he lost a lot of units doing that. Like a lot of units. And physics is not the tech to be researching right now. I don't know. Well, Willem is dead, and not in a way that scores any points for me. Still think one of these two gets eliminated before the end of the game. I don't think they both survive to the end. So, I guess Ragnar didn't lose that many units, somewhat surprisingly. I thought he lost a lot more than that. Also, Surrey Varman is apparently building up. So he'll go back. He'll join in the fight with Lincoln and the war against Lincoln and take that out. Amusingly, the one city that Ragnar captured in here is the Christian Holy City. So all that shrine income is still under Ragnar's control, amusingly. All right, Surya Varman's going to jump into this war. All right, well, now this is more of what I was expecting from Ragnar. 84 units on that tile. Okay. So, yeah. Surprising that Ragnar is going down the physics line and not the rifling line. Poor Willem. You let me down in this game, although a lot of that was RNG, but you let me down in this game, buddy. Should have expanded a little bit better. There's no siege in this stack, so I think this is just Buffalo getting run over this turn. Yep. Ah, my fantasy contest. No, 0 points. I've gotten no points yet from Wynekopek and no points from no points period from Willem. My big bid's not working out. Very sad. All right. I said when Bismarck crossed the border that was basically GG for me in this game. I still maintain, again, we'll find this out down the road, but I still maintain Willem wins this map more often than any other leader. I really feel that way. All right, turn 246. But 5, turn 246. And the kill went to Bismarck. So in fantasy, Bismarck scores another point. Who has Bismarck, by the way? Oh, wait, I have Bismarck. Wait, I have Bismarck? Wait, what? I have Bismarck. I have Bismarck on my team. What? I didn't even realize that. Okay. Oh, okay, let's go. All of a sudden, I'm on Team Bismarck. Oh, some of you in chat already knew it. I should have looked at this before the game. Okay. All right, let's go. Now suddenly I am Team Bismarck. Let's go, Bismarck. Let's go, Bismarck. Okay. Well, I hope you guys got a kick out of that. The chat was going crazy. Oh boy. Okay. Well, this is me not paying attention. Maybe I should have actually looked at who had which leaders during the hour-long break we took earlier today when the stream was offline. I should have looked at that. That's right. I actually did like Bismarck going into this game. Here's what I wrote going into this game. I don't know if you can see this, but I underlined Willem and I underlined Bismarck. These were my notes. Bismarck, beautiful local terrain, if lacking in food resources. Could be some value here because his reputation is so bad. Could tag along behind Surrey or Willem. I like him as a distant long shot, so I picked him up. And if my Willem pick collapses, then hey. Yeah, we'll do the alternate histories eventually, but it might be quite a few months down the road. So don't expect it anytime soon. That's more something I do in like the off season between games. Okay, let's go. I still think Bismarck is so now I'm really on Team Bismarck, not Team Ragnar. Okay. My lowest bid score the best. All right, let's next turn this. Yeah, so now I really am rooting for Bismarck, apparently, over Ragnar between these two. Bismarck first, Suryavarman second is honestly not a bad result for me. But now I need Bismarck. Okay, now I've totally reoriented in this game. Now I need him to get assembly line. I think if he gets assembly line at a decent rate, he wins this game. He is still missing a bunch of techs in this area. That's why his research is not that great. He skipped education and astronomy for bizarre reasons. I don't know why he wanted to get combustion so badly. But if he gets assembly line, and like gets if he gets to assembly line and gets to panzers, then he's going to win this game. But if he still is on rifles when Ragnar is on rifles, then there's real danger for him because Ragnar has a lot of territory, an awful lot of territory. That said, all of the Dutch cities are now going to be out of resistance for Bismarck, and that's a lot of territory, plus all of the awesome infrastructure that Willem had. So Bismarck needs to use this time to push infrastructure and get ready for whenever Ragnar comes calling, because it's going to happen. All right. Meanwhile, Lincoln is still dying. Suryavarman is still whatever he's doing, apparently building up, but not actually doing much. Culture win is not going to happen in this game. It's just not. Suryavarman has one city that's at 2,000 culture. I suppose it's theoretically possible, but I mean, let's see him get to 5,000 before we worry about 50,000. Suryavarman is probably planning to declare war on Lincoln because we saw him plotting, but he's probably going to attack Lincoln. We'll keep an eye on Bismarck. He will probably clean up some cheaper techs right now, I would expect. I expect to clean up some cheaper techs before going for more expensive stuff. Oh, he does have with Railroad, he does have machine guns, which are a really nice defensive unit. Meanwhile, Ragnar is just running rampant over what's left of Lincoln. So Ragnar's going to, for sure, score a kill on Lincoln. Unless it gets sniped by Suryavarman. I suppose that's possible, but Suryavarman, he really dislikes Lincoln. He's cautious with Bismarck and Ragnar, so he could very easily attack either one of them. He doesn't really like either of them that much. I find it hard to believe he would attack Bismarck because he doesn't even share a border, but border tension could get him to throw himself at Ragnar. That's certainly possible. I don't know. We'll see. He's apparently plotting war. Ragnar is finally going to get to rifling tech. I don't think Biz is plotting war. No, Bismarck not plotting war right now. So this city, Washington, should be the next one captured. Now Ragnar's finally going to have rifles. So that's a big tech for him. But again, now he's equal. He's kind of equaled Bismarck in that rung of the tech ladder. But now Biz is getting close to the next generation of tech. Because like Biz is not that far away from assembly line, and then he's not too far away from industrialism, which would be the next. That's kind of the next big jump is infantry and then tanks. So he does still have to clean up this part of the tech tree, but like Ragnar also does not have the top. Also does not have the top of the tree. Also does not have the middle of the tree, and then also does not have combustion or steam power. So Biz is definitely ahead in that regard. Anyway, so we should see Washington, the city, get captured pretty soon here. Oh, what's this? Is this? Oh, is this an attack by Surya Varman against Ragnar? I think it is. Oh, oh, wow! Was not expecting that. Okay, border tension for the win. This is awful for Ragnar, and it's great for Bismarck. That gets us up to 8 or 9 wars. Really bad for Ragnar. So now the good RNG he had earlier in terms of wars is now gone against him. He definitely does not want to have to deal with this while his armies are off here. And then Biz just gets a free opportunity to build uncontested. I don't want to say that this ends the game, but I think that this causes Biz's odds of winning to surge up to, I don't know, like the 70-80% range at this point, just because this is really, really not what Ragnar needed. It's going to slow his teching down that much further. The one upside would be if Ragnar is able to conquer Lincoln, and then in addition to that, also conquer Surya Varman while Bismarck does not get involved in the war at any point in time. I find that hard to believe, but it is theoretically possible. Let's just see where they stand in terms of power on the graphs here. I mean, Surya Varman's a lot weaker than Ragnar, but he's still something. Like these two combined are at least going to make it troublesome. And then Biz just gets the opportunity to tech and build in peace. Biz is going to build the infrastructure because he's going to, he's going to build the dry docks and the jails and what have you. Continue building the Dutch cities. Also, he founded a new city up here. That's kind of hilarious. And meanwhile, Ragnar is just going to have to be 100% units. So Bismarck first, Ragnar second would be a more fair response. But I think Bismarck first, Surya Varman second, maybe more likely. I don't know. We'll see. It all depends on how long before Bismarck rejoins the war, which I suspect he will at some point. I mean, he's pleased with Surya Varman, pleased with Lincoln. He's annoyed with Ragnar. It's just a matter of time. That said, Ragnar was able to take a city there. Surya Varman, does he have a stack that's even threatening a Ragnar city? So what exactly were you planning to get out of this? Oh, here it is. Here's his big stack. He's actually going after the Viking capital, which is pretty bold. Not that the capital really means that much. This is not Civ 6 where the capitals are like everything. I mean, there's nothing too important in here other than the heroic epic and 10,000 military instructors. So the main Viking army is like the thing that hurts Ragnar is his main army is up here in American territory. Like it's not anywhere close to this newest threat. The Vikings are plotting against us all. Bismarck is belatedly picking up education. He finishes yet another shrine. This city being in Ragnar's hands is definitely helping him. All this extra shrine income. Like this is the two shrines combined are worth 70 gold per turn. That's a lot of money. I think I'll keep the focus on Nidaros to see if this attack succeeds. Down here. So Biz's research has not actually been especially fast here for someone who has as much territory as he does. Looks like this stack got hit with siege from Ragnar, but I suspect they'll just heal for a turn and then capture Nidaros after healing, because one of those units will be able to go medic and then heal up the stack. Surya Varman may be dead before Bismarck joins in. I mean, maybe, but so far, Ragnar is not exactly capturing a lot of territory. Remember, his army is up here in American territory. Also, if he signs peace with Lincoln, this stack's going to be trapped, and this stack has a lot of units in it. So I suspect Nidaros will get captured here. Yep. This is just not what Ragnar needs to be dealing with right now. And Biz is now cleaning up the text in the middle part of the tree. Kind of weird that that's the target he went after. You would think he'd go after a border city that he can actually use. Wait, did this just get captured by... Okay, so they trade cities there. Now Ragnar's got a nice little stack over here. So yeah, Bismarck is going corporation, and then he'll be able to research assembly line. I suspect he'll still clean up these techs first because they're a lot cheaper. Assembly line is an uber expensive tech. But like, just this is not what Ragnar wants to be dealing with right now. Certainly not having his capital get sniped like that. All right, this stack of calves is not going to be able to take this city, not with 60% defensive mortars. I don't think so anyway, barring really good defensive dice rolls. Well, he had more success than I thought. Looks like a bunch of the calves were able to retreat. Suryavarman will get to move first, though, over here. This would be bad for him if this core city that just got attacked with a random stack of calves were to fall. All right, looks like it came up short, and the rifles keep promoting. All right, those calves that retreated are basically dead at this point. Yeah, Bismarck finally took the lead in points, it's true. This stack appears to be moving down to the south, giving Lincoln a reprieve, 56 units in it. What about the main stack of Suryavarman? He doesn't really seem to have one over here. Does have airships in play, but yeah, so far not a lot happening there. But again, not a lot happening is good for Bismarck because he just gets to sit and build here. So that little attack on Raja of Hara came very close to taking the city. Certainly a lot closer than I expected. He's the worst enemy of Bismarck. Yep. Ragnar again. He's played a good game, but like he just makes enemies of too many people. Unfortunately, that tends to be his Achilles heel. So Biz again feels like it's just a matter of time, and he's plotting war. So I mean, there's kind of one target that you would expect him to be going after, and it is not Lincoln, and it is not Suryavarman. So feels like it's just a matter of time. Like after this little reprieve, this city in particular would be really nice for Bismarck to capture. I just think Ragnar, the diplomatic situation is too bad for him. Suryavarman joining that war was really bad for him. Ragnar will put up quite a fight, but I don't see how he beats all of these. Although Ragnar's currently winning this war, it's just Bismarck is going to join, and Bismarck is about to hit the next generation of military tech because he's researching astronomy, and at that point, there's almost nothing he can't research. Oh, he's going physics? Okay. Well, sooner or later, he's going to go for assembly line, unlock the German. Isn't the German unique building a factory? Don't they get a unique building factory? And sooner or later they're going to hit panzers, and that's I think Ragnar's fine until panzers show up, but like that's coming in probably 25 turns, and I think at that point he just can't hold up anymore. But anyway, Ragnar has not been defeated yet. He still has the most territory in the game, 36% territory, so he's certainly not out of this yet. As I said, he's currently winning against Lincoln, and although he kind of backed off Lincoln for the time being. Whereas here's this big stack right here, 63 units. We'll see where that ends up heading. I don't think Suryavarman's really gotten too much out of this war. Maybe it works out long term. Like maybe this is what seals second place for him long term, but in the short run, it has not really worked out very well. He randomly took the capital of Ragnar, and otherwise, it's not going so great. Okay, here's the Doom stack. There's like 75 units here in two stacks, 63 and 14. So just keeping an eye on where this is going, because that's probably the next time we see territory change hands is when that stack hits something. Ragnar did just get railroad, so that'll be nice for movement purposes. Where did that... is it here? Okay. Where is he going with this stack? 63 units? Kind of a slow tech pace in this game. I picked a relatively early finishing date because I thought Willem would push the tech pace, but tech has not been moving very quickly in this game at all. Oh, well, there it is. And he captured Utrecht immediately. All right, there it is. So that's war declaration number 10. All right, no more wars. Let's just finish here, right on 10, because that's what I picked. I don't think we'll end on 10, but I don't think we'll get too many more wars in this game. All right, so Bismarck piles back into the war. No surprise there. He's accelerated ahead in power. And here's his main, or one of his main stacks here. We'll see where he chooses to focus. But Ragnar's at war with literally everyone in the game. And I don't think that this is a situation he can win, especially because let's look at beaker rate real quick. Suryavarman 500, Bismarck 858, yeah. Lincoln 463, Ragnar 543. Biz is definitely has the fastest research rate, and he's in the best position to capitalize on territory from this war. Also, the main stacks for 62. Okay, there's 71 units here. Okay. The other thing is the main stack for Ragnar is not pointed at Bismarck. Expect Lincoln to peace out of this war relatively soon. Bismarck is, or not, Ragnar's more likely to sign peace with him because he's in so many other wars. Lincoln to survive. We'll see. It depends on how it shakes out. I think it's still more likely Suryavarman finishes off Lincoln at some point. Suryavarman still hates Lincoln. I guess he's up to cautious now. Look at this screen. All the red, 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 red. Everybody hates this guy so much. Oh boy. Yeah, everybody hates this guy. Furious, 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 furious. That's a Ragnar game. But yeah, Biz's score is starting to accelerate past Ragnar. I'm trying to find where Ragnar's biggest stack is. I think it might be down here. Nope, that's not it. Because he had that big stack with 60 units in it. I was wondering where it went. Looks like there was another attack here that came up short. Did he send it back against Lincoln? I don't know. We'll see it pop up somewhere. It'll capture a city at some point. For right now, Bismarck has the stacks that are going out aggressively. Yeah, Biz is cleaning up all the cheap techs right now. All right, Nidaros was recaptured. Oh, here it is. He used it to recapture his capital. That's where he sent it. Okay. Didn't really get scratched. So Suryavarman has not really achieved anything in this war. Not really achieved anything. All right, let's see where that monster stack goes now. Well, Biz is punching like right through the northern part of former America, former Washington at least. And here it is. Here's the 69 unit stack. I'm just trying to see where this ends up going. Suryavarman has not really achieved anything in this game. There's a good chance he finishes second, but he certainly hasn't done much in this game, has he? Although if he loses enough territory to Ragnar, maybe he doesn't finish second. Apparently everyone wants, I was going to say everyone wants communism, but Ragnar's on constitution. This city is probably doomed. Yep. Lincoln getting a little closer to Suryavarman in score here as Ragnar continues punishing Suryavarman with his big stack. Meanwhile, Bismarck's own stacks seem to be focusing this city right now. Like I said, punching through former America. Oh, there. Ragnar did get up to machine guns, so there's that. But not enough when you get hit by that many cavalry. Hey, Bismarck, at some point, maybe you should research assembly line. You've researched basically everything that's not assembly line at this point. He'll get it sooner or later. Assembly line. Like, he only needs assembly line, electricity, industrialism to build panzers, which again will annihilate anything Ragnar can field. Meanwhile, again, continuing to punish Suryavarman. He's like, I'm going to punish Suryavarman as much as possible. That stack is a lot smaller now, though. Did lose a decent number of units. Where's that? The Vikings just took another city. Oh, down here. Okay, yeah, I mean, Suryavarman's losing a fair amount of territory here. I wouldn't say this war is going very well for him. He's just kind of teeing the game up for Bismarck, not so much himself. But like Ragnar is still slowly researching democracy for and like that's a good ways behind. All right, Bismarck now finally on assembly line. Super expensive tech, so it takes a while. Wow, that's a lot of highly promoted units. I wonder if San Francisco gets gifted back to Lincoln. I don't know. We'll see. There's only one Ragnar city in the north. I wonder if Biz cleans that up. Keeping an eye on this fighting here at Anchor Tom, though. Because Lincoln could legit advance past Surrey Varman and score. Surrey Varman also on assembly line. I guess his tech is decent. So many promotions on Ragnar's units. So many promotions. Well, if he's going to attack successfully, he's going to do it this turn. So many promotions. Actually, no. I guess he's still healing his units. I thought it would be that turn, but it wasn't. There's a large stack here advancing on Miami, but I'm going to keep the focus down here. Still noteworthy whether Surrey Varman's able to get a second in this game or not, because a lot of us have him second. Like, a lot of us have him second in the picking contest. I suspect there's a lot of us that would like him to come in second. Ragnar looks like he attacked this city and killed almost everything inside, so the war is not going great for Ragnar. He's certainly losing more units, but it's not going great for Surrey Varman either. How about Lincoln? Is he going to do, and like, is Lincoln going to try to recapture any of his cities? He just seems to be dead man walking, Lincoln, as far as I can tell. Anyway, I think Miami gets captured. Yep. And then down here, Anchor Tom got captured. But like, I think it's noteworthy that pretty much all of Washington's former core cities have all been captured. And Ragnar's, wow, okay, that was a lot of cities getting, oh no, that was the Anchor Tom announcement coming through at the end there. I mean, Surrey Varman doesn't have a lot of cities left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 6 left. Lincoln has 2 cities left. What? 3. He has Philadelphia left still. It's not going to be too much more longer until Bismarck I think Bismarck just rides this to domination. I think Ragnar's territory is more than enough for him to hit domination. Because Bismarck's already at 38% and Ragnar has another 30. Yeah, he can pretty easily get to the domination limit just from Ragnar's territory. The turn 320 might actually work out okay, just not on a spaceship, just on our domination finish instead. That'll probably get gifted back to Lincoln. Probably. Boston, I'm less sure about, but I think Washington for sure gets gifted back. All right. So now we finally see the assembly plants. If you're curious about what these Germany's unique stuff comes so late, you almost never see them. Let's just take a quick look at what they actually get. So the factory is, what is it? Let's see. Oh, the factory is plus 25%. How is this different from a normal factory? I'm always forgetting how that works. Is it the builds 50% faster with coal? Is that the unique benefit? I know the Panzer is you get plus 50% against other armored units. Cheaper and more engineer slots. Gotcha. Cheaper and more engineer slots. This is not really that relevant. The Panzer is a tank that gets a bonus against other armored units. It's insanely good if you're in a situation where both sides are building tanks. Otherwise, it's useless. Now Bismarck is going fascism. Okay. Probably just dialed down science for the time being to upgrade more units. Just refresh the map real quick to make sure we don't miss any city captures. So I think this game's mostly decided. I think the biggest question now is whether, like, does Ragnar survive to a wildcard game? Does Surrey Varman stay ahead of Lincoln in score? I think we know that Bismarck's going to win this game at this point, but the question is, like, where does it go from there? Wait, what? Bismarck lost a city to Ragnar? Just slamming the super promoted grenadiers into that city actually took a city away. Go Ragnar! Anyway. But yeah, like, it does feel like it's just a matter of time. Yep, figured that would happen, that Washington would go back to Lincoln. I think Boston will not be gifted over because this city can avoid starving, but we'll see. Could always be liberated. The AI likes to liberate cities. Anyway, so the offensive for Ragnar seems to have petered out. That stack that was so large seems to have died at this point. All right. Ragnar's made peace with Lincoln. Oh my god. So Lincoln was gifted back the size 1 city. And then he hands it over to Ragnar for peace. And then it'll just get conquered by Bismarck again, and then probably gifted over again to Washington. And the merry-go-round continues. Whatever. Anyway. Where is the Bismarck stack, by the way? He had a lot of units up there in former America, but like I don't know where they went. Like they got to be somewhere, right? We know Bismarck has a lot of power, and Ragnar's been losing units. I just don't know where they're attacking right now. Anyway, got to be somewhere on the map. We'll see. They'll show up sooner or later somewhere. Bismarck's research rate has gone down because he's upgrading a lot of units right now. Like he's running 60% gold to upgrade units into infantry. Maybe that's why he slowed down. He's probably slowed down because he's building factories everywhere and upgrading into infantry. Something like that. I keep expecting this city to get attacked because it's kind of at like the sticking out into oh, the Pentagon's also nice. An extra promotion, or not extra promotion, 2 XP on every unit that comes out. Suryavarman now trying to rally and fight back. He might be able to recapture Anchor Tom because it's not very well defended. Oh, that's where the stack was. Okay, or at least a smallish stack, 20 to 25 units. Not like a Doom stack, but at least some units. Looks like Suryavarman took back Anchor Tom, so that's nice for him. He gets one of his core cities back. So Ragnar is researching assembly line, but I think it might be too late by the time he gets that. What government civic is Bismarck running? We can see what they're running if you're curious. Bismarck is running police state, so he really is committed to this war effort. Lincoln and Suryavarman on uni suffrage. And yeah. That will probably get gifted back to... Wow. Is that... How many cities was that captured? Oh, and Uppsala captured back as well. Yeah, Ragnar's really starting to collapse now. It was just kind of a matter of time, but it feels like the pace is accelerating now. As big... Oh, Biz just revolted this turn into state property, police state. State property is certainly nice for him because he's got such a huge empire. He's actually running 100% gold this turn. I guess he really wants to upgrade more units. And Ragnar lost this to... There's the Washington getting captured again. Craziness. Boston was liberated to Lincoln. The good news for Suryavarman is by taking back some of these cities, his score will stay competitive with Lincoln. And he'll have a chance to keep taking more territory. Like he should... Okay, enough request spam. As we hit turn 300. Like he should be able to recapture this city. He's got infantry. And he should be able to retake this city as well. So if he keeps, and like this city is about to be captured anyway. It's got 1 unit left in it. So like this should keep Suryavarman's score above Lincoln's, I would think, if he keeps taking these cities. Ragnar doesn't really have that much territory left right now. Like if we look at the borders, he's got like this narrow, his territory is like narrowly still connected together, but he doesn't really have that many cities remaining. So yeah, it feels like it's not going to be too much longer. I don't think Ragnar survives to the end of the game, which is a shame because he played such a good game. He deserves to like go to the wildcard game and try his luck there, but I just don't think he survives to the end. So like that was captured. But like his cities are falling. And Bismarck is at 42% land area. I wonder if he'll have enough. I think he'll have enough to hit the domination limit. I guess it depends on how much territory Suryavarman and Lincoln end up with. Like, I would think that this is enough, but... Okay. Yeah. So, to no surprise, Washington gets liberated over. Bismarck is only cautious with Lincoln. So if he's at like 80%, or not 80%, if he's at like 60% land area, don't be surprised if he declares on Lincoln to get the last remaining amount. I'm kind of hoping he hits domination because we're at exactly 10 wars, which is what I predicted, which would be really nice for me. Like Bismarck first, Suryavarman second, 10 wars, and finishing near turn 320, I would end up with decent score, even though Willem fell on his face in this game. But we'll see. How much does Ragnar still have left? 23%. I feel like that's enough because I think he's going to get most of this territory, but I guess we'll see. It's going to be reasonably close for Bismarck, whether he has enough to hit the domination limit. Where's his... I can't figure out where... Oh, he just gifted over St. Louis. Okay, that's actually kind of bad. Now I'm not sure if he does hit the domination limit because of that, because he gifted that city over. Because St. Louis, remember, 60% borders. That culture is going to extend way down here. Now I'm not sure if he does reach the domination limit. Gifting these cities back to Lincoln, it's kind of a shame Ragnar didn't kill Lincoln completely. Then he would be guaranteed to have enough territory. Bismarck's not going to sign peace. He'll stick with this war because he has such a huge advantage. When the AI is winning a war this once lopsidedly, they pretty much don't sign a peace treaty. Anyway, so Ragnar finally made it to assembly line, but like Bismarck, yeah, is a lot stronger at this point. Here comes another stack. Still surprised Bismarck didn't research up to tanks. I believe he still needs electricity before he can research industrialism. But like if he gifts all these cities back to America, he's not going to hit the domination limit, which is a shame because otherwise we'd finish pretty close to turn 320 for me. Lincoln is Bismarck's friend for life. Bismarck doesn't care if Lincoln exists or not. That's very true. Suryavarman and Lincoln are surprisingly close in score. I guess it's because Lincoln got all that, keeps getting all this territory back. A lot of liberation of American cities. Germany liberating American cities. So Ragnar is pretty steadily dying here. When Los Angeles gets captured, it's going to free up a lot of territory in particular. Bismarck going flight. If Bismarck ends up having to go space, this game's going to last for a while because he is not close to the spaceship right now. Bismarck at 44. He needs 64%. I don't think he's going to hit that. I was hoping he would, but I'm just eyeballing this. I don't think he's going to hit that just off Ragnar's territory. He's going to have to attack someone else if he wants to hit that. Otherwise, he'd have to go space, which he seems to be pursuing right now. It looked like it would be enough for Bismarck to win by domination, but then he liberated all those cities back to Lincoln, and then that kind of swung it. Because Lincoln's gotten, I mean, how many? Lincoln was down to 3 cities. Now he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now he has 7 cities. Big difference there if you give that many cities over to an AI. But we are seeing a Viking city captured like every other turn, and there's not that many left. Suryavarman and Lincoln are separated by 4 points right now. If nothing else happens, Lincoln probably ends up with a higher score, but it is more likely that if Bismarck goes to war, he would go to war with Lincoln, although he could go to war with Suryavarman too. So this city should get captured pretty quickly. There's a big stack next to it. The dream of ending on exactly 10 wars. I guess it's still possible. We still could go to a spaceship ending and have exactly 10 wars. Oh, double captures. Los Angeles and Carib, the former Barb City, both getting captured simultaneously. So that's going to, yeah, now this is all that's left of old Ragnar. Such a good game, and yet looks like he's going to get knocked out here in 4th place. Oh well, it happens. I told you guys long term the tech advantage was just too big for Bismarck. Now Bismarck is on electricity. And that will clear his way for industrialism, which Surya Varman is also researching, incidentally. Surya's borders popping here, giving him a lot of... Yeah, this is not going to be enough territory. This is going to be at like 55%. Because like this city will pop its borders too. Very good game from Ragnar. Hey, he's entertaining. He scored a kill, so he gets at least 1 point for his efforts. But he makes enemies of so many people. This tends to be how he finishes. Uh, and then it'll just be whether Bismarck wants to slap somebody around and try to go for domination or sit back and tech his way into space. I'd be okay with him teching his way into space because I have spaceship for the victory condition and I have 10 wars. I don't mind staying on 10 wars, even if the victory date ends up much later. We'll see what he decides to do. It's just the ball's in his court on whatever he wants. Looks like Surrey sniped that city from Bismarck now going industrialism. He'll be able to build panzers if he ever chooses to fight someone. Now, what would be hilarious is Surya Varman getting the kill credit here. It is just going to come down to who kills the final city. The armies are so much larger for Bismarck that it's heavily weighted in his favor, but it's not a guarantee. Oh, he's going for peaceful civics here. Maybe he really does want to go for space at this point because he's revolting out of wartime civics into peacetime civics. All right, I think he's going to just kill both of these cities with his remaining units. But Surya Varman always has the chance to get the snipe on the last city capture. There's not a lot left here. A lot of infantry just attacking. Oh, actually, there's no one attacking Burka, so we're going to have to wait a few turns longer here. Surya Varman gets that city. Okay, Surya Varman picked up a few extra cities for himself here. Again, significant in terms of his race with Lincoln for second. Ragnar converts to Judaism. Okay, buddy. Oh, all right. Well, Bismarck is going to get the kill. All right. Yay, fantasy point. Fantasy point for Bismarck. Woo! Ragnar, you were super entertaining. We enjoyed having you in this game. But ultimately, not enough. Just the tech, not good enough. All right. So we get another elimination here. Ragnar finishes, as we said, in 4th place. We laughed, we cried, but in the end, wasn't enough. Turn 329. And that's a kill for Bismarck, who is looking like he's going to score 7 points for this game. So, yeah, give me that fantasy point. Woo! If Willem can't get it done, I'll take it. Ragnar. Kajatlik got 1 point out of him. That's very worthwhile. 15 gold for one point in the fantasy contest. Very worth it. All right, back to the game, and let's see how things shake out. All right, so now let's take kind of a advance a turn or so to get out of the war mode. Yeah, we should check the land percentage. I'm pretty sure he's around 55. Yep, right at 55%. Definitely cannot get to 64 just by borders popping. So he would need to go to war with someone. Now, the interesting thing is he is only cautious with Lincoln, pleased with Surya Varman. Lincoln loves him from liberating all those cities. Let's just see. Yeah, he would not. Neither Lincoln nor Surya Varman will ever declare on. Yeah, because of we're afraid of their military might. Biz though could certainly go back to war, but he could also just build his way to the end of the tech tree too. Obviously, he's vastly stronger than either of the other two AIs. Yeah, I mean, he still has like the whole modern era to go though, as far as tech. So if he just decides to go space, this is going to take a while. We could be looking at like a turn 380 finishing date if he just wants to go peaceful. But I suspect he'll declare on one of these two, probably Lincoln. Again, I don't mind if he just decides to go space, but I think because he has so many techs left to research that he'll probably just declare on one of these two. Here's the Panzer, by the way. You want to see the unit. It doesn't look that different from a normal tank.